Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Mary! Come on in, Phyllis. Hi. Hi, Aunt Mary. Hi, Beth. Mary, I have to borrow some chairs. Lars's Uncle Gustav is here from Sweden. I have the whole family in my living room for dinner.
Yeah, sure. Take what you want.
Got this incredible headache. Everybody's talking Swedish down there. It's like an Ingmar Bergman movie without subtitles. Any moment I expect death to walk in and challenge one of us to a game of checkers.
You know, Uncle Gustav's really a lot of fun. Yesterday, we took him to McDonald's for lunch. He was so thrilled. He didn't know we had him in America, too.
Well, I hope I get a chance to meet him.
Well, you can come down and have dinner with us now. You can borrow a chair from somebody.
No. Thank you. It's Ted's birthday, and we're going to a party at the Red Lantern.
Who are you going with? Anybody I know?
No, I just met him today.
Oh?
Yeah, I was in the sports department buying Ted's birthday present, and he was there. He's a ski instructor, and we got to talking, and then he bought me a cup of coffee.
Mary, you let a strange man pick you up?
Phyllis, he's silly. I wouldn't let a man pick me up. I picked him up.
Why on earth you'd want to go out with a man you know nothing about?
Hello.
Oh.
Is this Miss Richards' apartment?
Oh.
Hi, Paul. I'll be right out.
She's almost ready. I'm Bess Lindstrom, Mary's neighbor. This is my mother, Phyllis Lindstrom.
How do you do? I'm Paul Van Dillen.
Oh.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hi.
You all met?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Have a good time.
Thank you. Nice meeting you both.
Oh.
Man, was he good looking.
Oh, did you think so?
Hi, Sue Ann.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
dear.
thank you.
It's a book. I hope you don't already have it.
Don't worry, if it's a book, he doesn't have it. Can I get you a drink, Sue?
Oh, I'd love it.
Happy birthday, Ted. Oh, Lou. You shouldn't have. Ted, it's just a scar. Well, still, I mean, it was just the idea that you went to the time and trouble to pick something out for me.
No, I didn't pick it out. I sent some kid from the office.
Well, okay, but you were the one that paid for it.
No, I charged it to the station.
Yeah, but still, you were the one that really wanted to give me a present.
Well, not really. Mary talked me into it.
What the heck was the thought that counted?
Oh, there's Mary.
Oh, hi, Sue Ann. Sue Ann Nivens. I'd like you to meet Paul Van Dillen.
How are you?
Hello. Oh, Mary, what a lovely dress.
Thank you.
Has it started to rain yet? They said it would.
No, not yet. No.
Oh, well, let's hope it doesn't.
Right.
Oh, you'll have to excuse me. I promised Georgette that I would select the wine for dinner.
Oh, sure.
Oh, incidentally, Mr. Van Dillen, you are the most gorgeous hunk of flesh I have ever seen.
Oh, there's my boss. I want you to meet him. Lou Grant and Murray Slaughter, I'd like you to meet Paul Van Dillen.
How do you do?
How do you do, Paul?
Oh, it's a pleasure
Nice
to see you. All right.
Oh, and Ted Baxter, Paul Van Dillen. Happy birthday, Ted.
Thanks, Mayor. Boy, I bet you have to beat him off with a stick.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for coming, Paul. Boy, I'd give my right arm to have dimples like yours.
Oh, look, there's Georgette. Paul, I want you to meet Georgette.
Excuse me.
I wonder what she sees in him.
Well, he's a pretty good-looking guy. In a cheap sort of way.
I wouldn't have figured he was Mary's type.
No, in what way?
Oh, I figure she likes guys with more character, more intelligence.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What makes you believe a guy that's handsome can't have brains and character, too?
Because if we didn't believe it, I don't think we could go on living.
Say, Lou, do you think he's better looking than I am?
I'm not going to answer that, Ted.
Come on, Lou. Just say you don't know me. You saw us two together for the first time. Would you say is better looking?
Do you have to know now, or can I wait till after the swimsuit competition?
So I just go wherever the snow is.
Have you lived in Minneapolis long, Paul?
No, I just moved here a few weeks ago.
And how do you like our weather? Is it cold enough for you?
Oh, it's more than cold enough for me.
Doesn't he have a wonderful sense of humor, Suez?
No, but who cares?
Hi.
Hiya. Oh, thank you, Phil.
I'll bring the other two back tomorrow after Uncle Gustav goes back to Sweden.
Oh, gee, I still haven't met him. Is he having a nice visit?
Oh, yes. I think he's a little homesick, though. Last night when he was watching television, he started to cry during the Volvo commercial. There's a little wine stain on one of them, but you can't see it.
Oh, yeah, right there on that one.
Oh, yeah. See? You can't even see it.
Right. Especially when you're sitting on it, then you wouldn't
Well,
see
you
it.
can turn the cushion over.
Well, either way, sure.
Oh, something smells delicious. What is it?
It's a Moroccan recipe. Sue Ann gave it to me. It's made with lamb and olive oil and spices and grains. And I forgot what they call it. I mean, what did she call it?
Must be for somebody very special.
Yeah, it is, for Paul. You met him the other night.
Paul? You mean that Paul? Mary, you're seeing him again.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first time since Ted's birthday party?
No, as a matter of fact, I've seen him, every night this week.
You don't say. How surprising.
Why is it surprising?
Well, it doesn't seem like you, Mary.
What doesn't seem like me?
Well, that you would strike up a relationship solely on the basis of a physical attraction.
Phyllis, come on. What makes you think that our relationship, if there is indeed a relationship, is based solely on physical attraction?
Mary, be honest. Would you feel the same way about Paul if he were balding, overweight, and bow-legged?
Phyllis, that'd be so dumb. If he were that, he wouldn't be Paul.
Well, I would feel the same way about Lars if he were balding, overweight, and bow-legged.
Phyllis, Lars is balding, overweight.
Well, that's my point, exactly. Don't misunderstand me, Mary. There's no need to be ashamed of what you feel. It's only natural. You see a beautiful flower, you want to pick it. You hear a beautiful song, you want to dance to it. You see a beautiful stream, you want to wade in it. You see a beautiful man, you want to...
Couscous.
Couscous?
Yeah, that's the name of the Moroccan dish I'm making.
Oh, Mary. Dear, funny Mary. You know, Mary, you're not the first woman to feel this way. I remember when Lars asked me to marry him, I went to Paris to think it over. At the time, it seemed like an important decision. Anyway, on the plane, seated next to me, was the most fantastic-looking man I have ever seen in my life. I can't tell you how beautiful this man was. And as I was sitting there, I asked myself this purely hypothetical question. What would I do if I had to choose between marriage to Lars, a man I respect and admire, or a sleazy affair with this total stranger? I looked deep into my soul. And you know something, Mary? I didn't know the answer. Isn't that incredible? Fortunately, I was spared the decision when I called his hotel room and he wasn't there.
Phyllis, this isn't like that at all. I am not saying Paul just because he's a good-looking man. I mean, it just so happens we have a great deal in common.
Mary! How could you have anything in common? He's a ski instructor, and you hate skiing.
That's not true. I do not hate skiing. All right, I only went once. And okay, I didn't have a particularly wonderful time, but I certainly didn't hate it.
Well, why didn't you go again?
Because I knew if I went again, I would hate it. Anyway, come on, there's a lot more to life than skiing. For heaven's sake, there's music, theater, there's books.
Hi.
Hi.
Read any good books lately?
You remember Phyllis.
Of course.
I'll get you a drink.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. How's your daughter?
Daughter?
The young lady I met, wasn't she your...
Oh, that daughter. Beth. I married very young, you know.
Phyllis, do you want anything?
Oh, yes. But a fat lot of good it'll do me. Goodbye, Mary.
Bye.
Goodbye, Paul.
Goodbye, Phyllis. Thank you.
Dinner will be ready in a little while.
Good.
You like lamb?
Terrific. I love lamb.
Good. Lamb. You know, it's funny, Paul. We've known each other, for over a week, and I still don't know what food you like or hardly anything about you.
What would you like to know?
Well, when you're not teaching skiing, what do you do?
When I'm not teaching skiing. I guess I'm skiing.
Well, no, I mean, you can't ski all the time.
Oh, sure you can. Even when it's summer here, there's snow somewhere else. There's New Zealand, Chile.
Oh, well, no, I guess what I'm really trying to find out is what you do in your spare time. I mean, see, somebody was asking me what you and I had in common, and, well, I know it sounds silly, but, you know, I didn't know how to answer. And, I mean, I know you and I must have a lot in common, you know, otherwise you and I couldn't, you know, like each other as much as, you know, we so obviously do. And that's why I was, you know, trying to find out what, you know, what I like, you know, that would be like a common... Do you like movies?
I love movies.
What's your favorite movie?
Downhill Racer. What's your favorite?
Oh, yeah, I guess Gone with the Wind.
I don't think I know that one.
Say, Mary, did Mary arrange for the new pictures for my fan club?
No, she didn't get a chance to, Ted.
See, I'm not sure how to pose this time. Hey, Murray, what sort of picture would you like to see of me?
How about a chalk outline on the floor? Well, listen, Ted, Mary was arranging for your pictures, but that guy, Paul, you know, the one at the party, he came by and they went to lunch.
Say, Murray, what do you think of him?
I like him. He seems like a nice guy.
You know, there's one thing about that Paul guy that I didn't like.
Huh?
He's conceited about his looks. I mean, I'm a terrific-looking guy, too, but I don't make a big thing of it. I'm handsome, that's it, I accept it. Something I was born with. I mean, just because I'm handsome and you're not doesn't make me a better person than you, does it? It's a fact of life. I can't take the credit for my good looks. If anybody deserves the credit, it's the man upstairs. He's the one who made me what I am.
Must have been during the war when he had trouble getting parts. Hiya, Mayor.
Hi, Mary.
Well, thanks for lunch.
Oh, sure. How about dinner tonight?
Oh, well, I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to have to work late tonight.
Hey, Mary, it's a very light news day. If anything happens, I can cover for you.
Oh, terrific. Then I can have dinner.
Oh, great. I'll see you around 8 then.
Okay.
Mary, when you get a chance, could you come into my office?
Sure.
Nice to see you again, Paul.
Bye.
Bye. So long, Mary.
I'll see you, Paul. Hey, look, I'm sorry about opening my big mouth before. You were trying to get out of that dinner date, weren't you?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Oh, Mary, I thought you liked him.
Yeah, I do. And that's the problem. I don't know why. Or maybe that's the problem. I know why. You want to see me?
Oh, yeah. Sit down, Mary. Mary, I don't want you to think I'm butting into your personal life, nor do I want you to resent what I'm about to say.
Well, Mr. Grant,
I don't want you to say anything yet. I just want you to hear me out. Agreed?
Okay.
Okay. Now, we've known each other a long time, right?
Right.
Please, you said you weren't going to say anything.
Sorry.
Now, Mary, be honest. If you saw me throwing my life away on some cheap, tawdry bimbo, you'd say something, wouldn't you?
Well,
Well, that's exactly how I feel about you and this guy, Paul.
well, Mr.
Mary, you know what you're getting involved with? A commercial for the dry look. I hate to tell you this, but he's prettier than you are. I am sorry, but I can't see you making a fool of yourself like this. Mary, Paul is not what you'd call a Renaissance man. I spent 20 minutes at Ted's party teaching him how to work the cheese dip. All right, that's an exaggeration. But face it, there can't be anything between you and this man but a physical attraction. Mary, he is not for you. Okay, now you can say what you want to say.
Well, Mr. Grant, all I want to say is this. That you have no right butting into my personal life. And I resent very much every single thing you have said. And another thing, you're probably right.
All chairs present and accounted for.
Thank you, Phyllis.
You know, Mary, I love Uncle Gustav, but I can't say I'm sorry to see him go. You don't know what it's like having 10 people in your living room night after night talking about you in Swedish.
Phyllis, if you don't understand Swedish, how do you know they're all talking about you?
Mary, you don't have to understand Swedish when someone stares at you, shakes his head, and says, "Gott helfen Lars." So, what time are you meeting for?
About 8?
Maybe sometime the 4 of us could all go to dinner together, Mary. You and Lars and me and Paul. I mean, me and Lars and you and Paul.
No, I don't think so, Phil.
Oh?
But I don't think I'm going to be seeing Paul after tonight.
Mary. Oh, poor, dear, sweet Mary. How could he do that to you?
Phyllis.
Well, I say you're well rid of him. In fact, the first time I ever laid eyes on him, I said, there goes the most superficial, egotistical...
Phyllis, he is not breaking up with me. I am breaking up with him.
A gorgeous man like that? Are you out of your mind?
Look, it's like what you said the other night. I suddenly realized that Paul and I really don't have a lot in common, and that the only reason I was attracted to him was because he's so attractive.
Well, what's wrong with that? I mean, excuse me for saying this, Aunt Mary, but I think you're making a big mistake. So what if you just go out with him because he's attractive? Men go out with women just because they're attractive. Nobody seems to think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, for thousands of years, men have been using us women, and I think it's about time we started using them back. On the other hand, suppose if we just use them the way they use us, we're really no better than they are.
Who wants to be better than they are?
No, Bess is right. I've got to tell Paul it's over, and I've got to do it tonight. Bye.
Oh. You know, Bess, what you just said now was very perceptive, very wise, very profound. Reminds me of something your grandmother always says.
What's that?
Yunga hunga
I understand the food here is excellent.
Oh, it's the best in Minneapolis. The service is really slow. Every time I've been here, it's just taken forever to get...
order a cocktail, sir?
waited on.
Cocktail?
Yes, a gin and tonic.
The lady will have a gin and tonic, and I'll have a Scotch sour.
Straight up or on the rocks?
Straight up.
Any particular kind of scotch?
Any Scotch.
Sweet or tart?
Medium's fine.
Medium it is.
That's really unusual, because the last time I was here, it must have taken at least a half an hour to get...
Excuse me, sir. Would you care to order your drinks now?
Waited on.
Sorry.
Miss, could I,
You know, I'm really glad that we're having dinner together tonight, because there's something I wanted to tell you. I mean, I wanted to tell you at lunch, and then...
Here we are. You want to taste that scotch sour and see if it's all right? I told the bartender medium.
It's fine.
Not too medium?
No, really, it's fine.
And my gin and tonic is fine, too, except that it seems to be a screwdriver.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have picked up the wrong drink. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Miss. Excuse me. When the waitress comes back, could you order me a martini? Very dry with 2 olives.
Sure. Oh, could I have a martini, very dry with 2 olives?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Well, no, that's all right. I didn't want to drink anyway.
All right. Now, what were you saying?
Well, Paul, what I'm trying to say is I think that there is a problem with our relationship.
You do? Why?
Because, Paul, I'm bored whenever you talk about skiing. And I know that you're bored whenever I talk about anything else.
Well, why don't we just avoid those 2 subjects?
Okay, what would you say if I told you that the reason I'm going out with you is because of your looks?
What's wrong with that? That's why I'm going out with you.
Really? But, Paul, if that's the reason you're going out with me, doesn't that make our relationship pretty superficial?
Superficial? No. I like you, Mary. If you really like someone, how can the relationship be superficial?
Hey, you know something? I like you, too.
Then what is the problem?
Damned if I know.
To us?
Yes. Thank you very much.
And you only had the 1 lesson?
Oh, you don't want to hear about this.
Yes, I do. Come on.
Well, okay, it was a ski resort just outside the city, and well, it was a group lesson. It was me, 6-year-old twins, and a nun. The nun wasn't dressed like a nun, but the twins were dressed like twins. You don't want to hear this.
Yes, I do. Come on.
Well, after the ski instructor gave us the fundamentals, he had us go over to the hill, and well, it wasn't really a hill. They called it the Donald Duck slope. It was, anyway, the twins went right down. It did fine, and the nun did terrific too. And then it was my turn. And boy, I will never forget looking down and seeing the 3 of them down there at the bottom of the hill cheering me on. So I started, and I got about 2 feet down, and then I panicked, and I stumbled, and I just kind of rolled down the hill. And there was the ski instructor just shaking his head, and the twins were snickering. The only one who was nice to me was the nun. She came over and picked me up and asked me if I thought I really had the calling. Kidding. Anyway, that was my first ski experience.
Well, maybe you had the wrong instructor.
Maybe.
You ready to order dessert?
Yes, I'm going to have cheesecake and coffee.
I'll have the same.
Did you want the cheesecake and coffee or caramel custard? They also
No,
have assorted
maybe just
pastries.
some Jell-O.
Yeah, I guess maybe just some Jell-O. Do you want that with cream or without?
Without.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can never tell, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
You think of anything?
No, you?
No, I can't think of anything.
Me neither.
What about...
Huh?
No, it stinks.
Mary, you can't get an idea by being negative. Let's try being positive. Who knows, maybe your idea will be terrific.
Okay. What about a documentary on women's changing role?
That stinks.
I know. Mr. Grant, this is crazy. We finally get the money to do a documentary, and we can't even think of one. All right, I tell you what. Sit down. I'll just throw out a lot of ideas really fast. You know, just anything to get us thinking. Doesn't have to be good. Just anything. Move us into the fresh areas. Just real fast, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe it'd be better if we went slow.
I tell you what, I cut some magazine articles out a little while ago. Why don't we look through them? Maybe we'll get an idea.
Yeah. Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Bill. New dress. You like it?
Oh, very much.
Lou,
Huh?
you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
I saw it on the rack and I thought, oh, but it's so glamorous. Do I dare to wear something this glamorous? I mean, I'm not a model or anything. The very idea. I mean, me, a model? Me? A model? What I'm saying is, I am too plain to ever be a model under any circumstances, whatsoever.
Well, no, Phil. You could maybe be a model. I don't know.
Oh, Mary, you're just saying that.
Phyllis, we're working here. What do you want?
Well, the ballet opens tonight, and I was wondering if I could possibly borrow some earrings.
Well, I don't have any.
I hate everything I have. I'm absolutely desperate.
All right, just a minute.
They're dancing Coppelia tonight. Such a beautiful ballet. As the curtain opens, the bell ringers alight, quickly followed by wildflowers.
Phyllis, we are working here. We are working. We are looking for an idea for a documentary.
Oh, I have one.
Yeah?
What about the rising public interest in the supernatural?
Hey, you know, Mr. Grant, that's not a bad idea. What do you think?
No, that's not too bad. That could be pretty interesting.
Thank you. Mary, great. Uh-huh. Don't you have anything a little nicer? No, never mind. My hair'll help cover them. Anyway, Mike has never seen them.
Mike?
Uh-huh. Mike. The guy I go out with. I need them to be nice and tight for when I toss my head back in that way I have.
Yeah, what do you mean the guy you go out with? I mean, does...
Oh, I guess I should explain. As you know, Lars and I have this perfect marriage based on mutual respect and esteem. There's just one problem. When it comes to culture, Lars is a pinhead. So I've got myself a companion. Really bright, interesting guy. He and I go to the ballet, concerts, and museums together. Lars, of course, totally approves.
I see.
I know it's a daring new concept, the idea that a man and woman can be just friends. But I've always been a pioneer. If you'll remember, Mary, Lars and I had the first water pick in the building.
Oh, excuse me, I was looking...
Mike!
Oh, hi, Phyllis. Lars told me you were up here.
Oh, Mike, this is my friend Mary Richards.
Hello.
Mike Tedesca.
Mary? Hi.
Come in, please.
Do we have time to sit and chat?
Yeah, sure, we got time.
Lou?
Huh?
This is Mike Tedesca, Lou Grant.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Lou?
So, you like the ballet, huh?
I certainly do.
Yeah, I never been myself.
Well, you should go.
Yeah, I've been meaning to.
Well, I mean, there's something really beautiful about the way they move.
Mm.
The timing, the coordination, it's like watching a double play from Reese to Robinson to Hodges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was some team. Billy Cox III?
Furillo on right?
Ah!
Isn't it wonderful how Mike manages to relate to everyone at his own level? Well, I think we should be going. We don't want to be late for Coppelia.
Right. Well, it was nice meeting you both.
Yeah, same
Thank
here.
you.
Good meeting you. Say, Phyllis, thanks for that idea on the supernatural.
Oh, yeah, it should make a great documentary.
I know. When Channel 4 did it last week, it was wonderful.
Anyway, Mike seemed like a terrific guy. Oh, I don't mean it that way, Murray. I mean, he just wasn't what I expected, you know? I mean, he really was terrific.
Phyllis going out with another man? Why, that's disgusting. A married woman playing around behind her husband's back? Oh, that's just disgusting.
Ted, it's not what you think. Mike isn't interested in Phyllis for that sort of thing.
Oh, I get it. You mean the guy's a little...
Why do you assume? I mean, the man is not.
Not what? I mean, you and I are talking about the same thing, aren't we?
Yes, Ted, we're talking about the same thing, and he's not.
Oh, hi. I had an appointment on the 19th floor, and I figured, what's 4 floors between friends, huh? Hi, Lou.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
How you doing?
Mike, I'd like you to meet Murray Slaughter and Ted Baxter. This is Mike Tedesca.
Hello, Mike.
Murray?
Nice to meet you.
Oh. Oh. Mike, hello.
Hello.
So, how was the ballet?
Oh, it was great. Just great.
Ballet, huh?
Yeah?
What role do you play?
Ted, Mike isn't in the ballet. Mike went to the ballet.
Oh, well, either way, it's all right with me. And I've never cared what a guy's race, religion, or sex is. In black or white, Jew or Gentile, AM or FM. Hey, what the heck, we're just all people.
Some of us are. Come on, Murray. It's your turn not to think of an idea for a documentary. Good seeing you, Mike.
Nice meeting
Nice meeting you.
Well, hello.
Hello.
I lied. I didn't have an appointment on the 19th floor.
Oh?
Nope, it was on the 11th floor, but, well, you know, 4 floors is one thing, but going 12 floors for someone else, that's a commitment.
So, how was the ballet last night? I asked you that, didn't I?
Yeah, listen, this old friend of mine, a guy named Angie I grew up with in New York, I've never forgotten his mother's cooking. Well, by some wild chance, she's come out here. Mrs. Biamonte, his mother, has opened up a restaurant. I went there a couple of nights ago, And, Mary, it has, without a doubt, the worst food in the world. So the point is, Mary, I would like to have dinner with me someplace else.
Oh. Well, Mike, I'd love to, but the thing is, I'm just so very busy here. Well, I know it doesn't look busy here. But, underneath, where it's really very busy, it's just, so much work I can't even think about it.
Well, look, if you should suddenly find yourself free, why don't you call me? I'll give you my number.
Good.
And if you should lose this paper, don't worry, I'm in the book.
Okay.
And if you should lose the book, don't worry, I'll call you.
Mike, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, so long. So long. Well, he seemed like a nice guy.
Here he is. He just asked me out.
Oh?
Of course, I said no. I mean, he's Phyllis's friend. Well, Phyllis's platonic friend, but still, I'll be in editing if he's...
Okay. That guy asked Mary out, huh?
Yeah.
I just hope he's not trying to use her to get to me.
Mary, come in.
Hi, how you feeling?
Oh, not the same.
Aw. Well, I got you the magazine and the ice cream.
Oh, Mary, great. Ever since I was a teeny tiny little girl, whenever I get sick, my mommy propped me up in bed, bring me a lot of magazines and ice cream. And now you brought me magazines and ice cream. Thank you, Bobby.
I got vanilla.
Thank you, Bobby. I love vanilla. Whenever I loved something, I'd say, I love it. But not just with vanilla. Whenever I liked something, I'd say I rubbed it. Like I rub candy. I rub licorice. I rub daddy. I rub mommy.
Phyllis, you're making me nauseous. Look, is there anything else you need? Prescriptions, medicine, anything like
Mary. That's probably Mike.
Mike?
Come in, Mike!
Hey, hi, Mary.
Hello.
Phyllis.
Oh, hi, Mike. I tried to call you at the office, but you were gone. I got the sniffles.
Oh, that's terrible. Poor thing.
I hate to have you miss the rig of the Nibelunga just because Dubby caught a dub germ. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you take Mary?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was just about to suggest the same thing myself.
No, thank you.
Well,
Mary,
why not?
please. I'll feel terrible if you don't go.
Well, okay.
Well, good. Hey, come on, we better go. I know these Wagnerian operas. They don't seat anybody during the last 6 hours.
Yeah.
Phyllis, I hope you feel better.
Oh, thank you. Mary, could I see you for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Look, I'll bring the car around front, okay?
Okay.
Mary, could you bring me back something after the opera?
Sure, Phil. What do you want?
Mike.
Operator, would you ring that number again? Oh, hello, Brenda? Hi, it's Mary. Is Rhoda there? Oh. Do you know when she'll be back? Uh-huh. No, that's all right. Just tell her I called. Bye-bye.
No.
Well, that's all right.
Don't get up, Mary. No, don't get up. Rhoda lives in New York, doesn't she?
Yeah, Mr. Van, she does.
Mary, why are you making all these long-distance calls?
Well, Mr. Van, it's just that sometimes things happen in my life, and I need to talk to Rhoda. I need her advice.
Well, why don't you use me?
Mr. Grant, I'm sorry to laugh. It's just, it's the last thing in the world I would talk to you about.
Oh, no. Don't get up. Sit down. The last thing in the world you talk to me about. I'm your friend, right?
Right.
And you're always talking to me about why don't I break away from this thing about men are only good for some things and women are only good for other things. I mean, why
does a woman have to feel she can only confide in a woman? Why can't she confide in a man just as well?
Okay, all right, Mr. Grant. I'm going to give it a try. I think I'm going to be sorry, but I'll give it a try.
Hey, Lou, you want to go to lunch?
I can't. Mary's going to confide in me.
Oh, yeah? What's the trouble?
Well, it's the kind of thing I usually don't talk to men about.
But I knocked the pegs out from under her, and now she's got it.
Well, you know this guy, Mike, who came to the news room, the friend of Phyllis.
Right.
Well, he and I have gone out about 4 or 5 times in the last couple of weeks, and I'm beginning to feel a little funny about it, you know? I mean, he's Phyllis's friend.
Well, how serious is it between you and Mike?
Oh, no, it's not serious at all. I mean, no, we're just friends.
You mean he's never made a pass at you?
No.
Oh, maybe Ted was right about that guy.
Now I know why women never confide in men.
Hold it. Hold it. Sit down, Mary. Please. Now, I've been listening outside that door in silence. Long enough. And do you seriously believe that a guy and a chick can go out 5 times together and nothing happens? I mean, do you? I mean, it goes against nature.
Yeah.
And the man upstairs decreed that there would be 2 kinds of people in this world, male and female. He did it for a reason. Now, some people are squeamish about saying what that reason is, but I'm not afraid. I'll come right out and say it. The reason is SCX. That's why he made men and women different from each other. He wanted them to have SCX. If he didn't want them to have SCX, he would have made us all the same. That way, there would have been just one kind of person in this world. Flat all over.
Mary! Come in! Mary, I've been meaning to return these earrings for 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Don't you just hate people who borrow things and never return them? Which reminds me, how's Mike?
He's fine.
Oh, good. Good. Mary, you want to hear something funny? This will really amuse you. Remember when you told me yesterday that you and Mike were going to that concert? Well, when I pictured you and Mike at the concert, swaying to the seductive strains of Mahler's Kindertoten Lieder, well, I actually felt a little pang of jealousy. Isn't that hysterical?
Hey, Phil, you know, if you're upset because Mike and I are seeing each other...
Mary, you dear, funny, sweet, loony Mary. I'm delighted that you and Mike are hitting it off so well. Oh, Mary, I wanted to ask you, are you doing anything later?
Yeah, I'm going out with Mike.
Oh, okay. Some other time.
Okay.
Isn't that funny? I just felt that same pang again. It's the most amusing phenomenon. One minute you're having this civilized discussion with your dearest friend, and suddenly you have a primitive urge to see her covered with honey and tied to an anthill. Of course, I would never ask you to stop seeing him. I would never ask you to. Never, never, never.
Phyllis, if you want to talk about this, I'll be glad to talk about it with you, but not as long as you're acting this way.
Acting? Acting how, my dear?
Phil, come on. For once in your life, will you say what you mean? Will you just talk plain?
Okay, cutie. You want plain? I'm going to give you plain. That dude isn't going to be interested in a cultural evening with a happily married housewife when he's got Action City, USA.
Phyllis, if that's what's bothering you, let me put your mind at rest. My relationship with Mike is totally platonic. I mean, totally.
Well, it's none of my business. But I must say, I am surprised. Because even though he knows I'm married, off limits, verboten, no parking here. He's been so steamed up, I was afraid I was going to have to hose him down.
Really?
No. Not really. Isn't that pathetic? How sad it is that I have to make up these pathetic little lies to make it sound like men find me irresistible.
Oh, Phil, come on. Mike obviously enjoyed going out with you.
Well, I hope you're right, Mary. Because these last few weeks have been so important to me to have someone to dress up for. Oh, I know I can dress up for Lars, but somehow it seems silly to put on your best ensemble for a man who's walking around the house with a sweatshirt that says, "I'd rather be sailing."
Listen, I know how you feel. You don't have anything to worry about. Mike and I are not involved.
Oh, Mary, that makes me feel so much better. You were right, Mary. We should always be honest with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Let's really be honest. You know that stupid thing women have about telling their ages? Let's tell.
I'm 34.
Well, apparently it's easy for you. But now I'm going to tell you my age for the first time. And it isn't easy. I am 43 years old. That's right, Mary, 43. Aren't you going to say something?
Boy, are you old.
Come on, I'm kidding.
Hi.
Hi.
I just get my coat and we can go.
Mary, would you mind very much if we didn't go to a movie tonight?
No, to tell you the truth, I think if I see one more French film about a sensitive schoolboy who learns all about life from a voluptuous yet sensitive older woman.
Who's his mother?
Right. Would you like a drink?
No, I don't think so. Well, Mary, would you mind very much if I broke our date this evening?
No.
But look, something's come up and I don't have much time. Can we talk?
Yeah, sure.
Look, we've gone out 4 or 5 times, right?
Right?
You've probably wondered why I haven't tried anything.
Oh, no. Yes, as a matter of fact, I have.
Well, look, I used to go with this girl named Sharon. As a matter of fact, well, we lived together for about 3 years.
You never tried anything with her either?
But anyway, we broke up about a month ago. That's when I started going out with Phyllis. I had hoped it would sort of take my mind over things, but, Mary, it hasn't worked. I've been pretty unhappy without Sharon. And as it turns out, Sharon's been pretty unhappy without me. And, well, so we're going to get married.
Oh, Mike. Hey, that's wonderful.
Thanks.
Have you told Phyllis?
No, I'll tell her right now.
Mary! Yeah, come in. Hi.
Mary, do you have any dental floss? Lars won't eat his dinner until he knows he can floss when he finishes.
Yeah, I'll get some. Come in. Come on.
Hi, Mike. How's tricks?
Thanks, Phyllis. I want to tell you something.
Oh?
You remember my mentioning Sharon, don't you?
Yes.
Well, I saw her this afternoon and we straightened things out. We're going to get married.
Oh, Mike, how nice. Have you told Mary?
Yeah, I just told her.
Oh, poor Mary. Poor, dear, brave, gallant Mary.
Here's your floss.
Well, look, you know, I better be going. Mary, Sharon's waiting for me.
Okay.
So,
Well, Mike, I just hope that you and Sharon will be as happy in your marriage as Lars is in mine.
thanks. And, Mary, I'd just like to say that if it hadn't been for Sharon...
Oh,
Well, all I want to say is I think you're terrific. And
thanks.
if Phyllis?
Yes, Mike?
Phyllis, there are no words to describe you.
Thank you.
Well, look, maybe someday we'll all get together.
Sure. Someday you and Sharon, Phyllis and I can go dancing.
So long.
Goodbye. Oh, Mary, you poor, dear, sweet, broken-hearted sparrow. Broken-hearted? Mary, don't try to hide the pain. I know how deeply you cared for Mike. Phil, come on, I told you, Mike and I were just friends, that's all. Mary, don't try to be brave. Come on, you can cry on my shoulder. It's just an inexpensive Celanese Fortrell. Oh. Phyllis, in your own peculiar way, you really care about me, don't you? Care about you, Mary? Oh, I love you.
I've been thinking. You know that platonic relationship that Lars and Phyllis and Mike were having? What do you call that, open marriage?
Yeah?
Well, maybe that would be a good idea for a documentary.
You know, it might be.
Huh?
No, I don't like it, Lou.
Huh?
No, I don't go for the idea of married people dating other people on a purely friendly basis.
Oh, come on, Murray. Hasn't there ever been a woman in your life who was a friend and a companion without any physical contact?
Yeah, my wife.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can never tell, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
I have a provocative question. Why is the producer of the 6 o'clock news watching the writer of the 6 o'clock news write the 6 o'clock news?
Because, Mr. Grant, since you made me a producer over a week ago, I just feel I should be doing something more. I was supervising somebody. Can't you give me something to do? I don't care anything, how small or insignificant.
Hi, guys. Okay, from now on, you can supervise Ted.
Welcome to your first command, General Custer.
Say, the newsroom is certainly redolent of coffee this morning.
It's what?
And you call yourself a writer? Redolent. Redolent of coffee. It means it smells.
Ted, what's the book?
You and your vocabulary. I'm planning to work in a few words into every newscast, give it a little class. What do you think of the idea, Murr?
I think it's redolent, Ted.
Well, Mary, we certainly didn't wait long to get ourselves a press agent, did we?
What are you talking about, Sue Ann?
This piece of puffery in the TV section. News show appoints woman producer.
I didn't see that.
I'll bet. With this promotion, Mary Richards becomes the most important woman at station WJM. Someone around here certainly wasn't very reticent.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Reticent? Inclined to be silent?
Ted, come on, I know what the word means. Sue Ann, I didn't give them this story. Although I must say, it certainly is accurate.
Oh, Mary, you sweet, innocent, naive, albeit ruthless child.
Mary, here's tonight's rundown. I put everything the way I want it. Bring me Murray's copy so I can approve it. Then see if you can get somebody up here to fix that squeak in my chair.
Right.
Mary, I know how busy a producer is. So here's a little tip. A dab of Mazzola oil on Lou's swivel, and he'll be sitting pretty. Well, I'm off. This afternoon, I'm doing my annual salute to fruit. I have to go plump my prunes.
Here's one for you, Mary. What's superfluous?
Me.
Come in.
Mr. Grant.
Did you get something for the squeak in my chair?
No, I didn't, Mr. Grant. I am not a chair squeak fixer.
You got Murray's copy?
No, I thought I would read Murray's copy. I'm the producer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why I made you my producer, Mary, to relieve me of that kind of chore.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about.
I've got to tell you, you've been doing a terrific job.
Well, thank you, Mr. Grant, but I don't
I'm not
think
much
that you...
on compliments, but this whole past week, you've been just great. I mean it.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Grant, but I wonder
You
if
don't know
you
what
know...
it means to have someone you can lean on to step into a job like this, to take the worries off your shoulders. I'm one lucky guy.
Well, that's really very nice of you to say, Mr. Grant.
You know what the big difference has been, Mary? Since you've been in charge here, nobody's come through my door to complain or to argue about anything. Wow, has that been great?
Well, sure, yes, I can see where that would be a relief.
Yeah, so I just want to say to you, Mary Richards, thanks for doing the job so well.
You're welcome, and thank you, Mr. What just happened here?
I sandbagged you. You came in here to gripe about something. I took the wind out of your sails. That's why I'm the executive producer.
Yeah, and Mr. Grant, I'm the producer. I know I am because I see my name on the credits of the show every night, but that's the only way anyone could tell.
Okay. Okay. I'll get you a sign for your desks.
Mr. Grant, I don't want a sign for my desk. I just want a chance to produce the 6 o'clock news, just to see if I can do it.
All right. You got it. Tomorrow you do the whole show yourself.
Oh, Mr. Grant, thank you. Thank you. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate this. And, Mr. Grant, I don't want you to worry about a thing. I am going to rise to the occasion. I'm going to make you so proud of me. I'm going to get you some Mazzola oil for your chair.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Edward Daniels with the 9 o'clock news. David Baker, the head of the United Nations Emergency Fund, said today he has received a $1 billion commitment from the United States.
Hi
there.
I hope we're not disturbing you.
No, not at all. Come on in.
Thank you. We got through dinner early tonight.
We emphasize service at that restaurant. That's why I take her there.
Even special orders. The girl just sings in the microphone, hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, and we hold it.
Oh, I see you're watching Channel 3.
Oh, yeah. They have a 9 o'clock newscast.
Well, it's always helpful to check the competition there. Good blazer, average voice, weak vocabulary.
I'm just checking to see if there are any new stories since the 8 o'clock broadcast.
Are you nervous about tomorrow, Mary?
Oh, come on, Georgette. I've been an associate producer for 5 years now, a producer for over a week, and so I'm nervous.
I want you to know, Mayor, that I'm one guy you can count on tomorrow. Of course, after you have that first show under your belt, there are a few improvements I'd like to discuss with you. But in the meantime, we just stop by to wish you good luck and bring you some flowers.
Oh, well, thank you.
Unfortunately, the florists are all closed this time of night. Why don't you buy yourself something?
Keep the change. No, thank you. What kind of improvement
Oh, just a lot of stuff to make you look good as a producer.
Uh-huh.
Example, the title of the show.
The title of the 6 o'clock news?
Oh, well, let's face it, Mayor. People tune in to watch yours truly. I mean, that's what it's all about. The title of the show should be The Baxter Report.
No, Ted.
Ted, Mary can't go making a whole lot of changes right away.
All right, Mary. How about this, a new opening? An aerial shot of my car pulling up. I step out of the car, and I race up the stairs, a grim look of urgency on my face, and I race down the hall.
You should think of those things before you leave the house.
Ted, we are leaving the opening exactly the way it's been.
All right, Mary. Have it your way. I tried to help you, but you're too lazy to think big. Come on, Georgia.
No, Ted. Mary needs moral support, and I'm staying for a while.
All right, I'll pick you up in about an hour. Mary, let me tell you something. You know what you are? Lascivious.
Lascivious? Why would Ted call me lascivious?
Correction, that's lethargic. It's on the same page as
Would you like some coffee?
Yes, thanks. Mary, don't worry about tomorrow. You're going to do fine.
Oh, thanks, Georgette. Listen, you were sweet to stay. Boy, I tell you, it's times like these I really miss Rhoda.
I'll bet you do. What would Rhoda say if she were here?
Oh, I don't know that it's anything that she'd say. She'd just listen, I guess.
I'll listen. Pretend I'm Rhoda. Go ahead.
Well, okay. I'm nervous. Really nervous. You know, about tomorrow. Worried that something could go wrong.
This isn't going very well, is it? Are you sure all Rhoda would do is just listen?
Well, I guess about here is where Rhoda would have made a joke, you know, to sort of relieve the tension.
I'm sorry, I'm not very good at jokes.
That's okay. I guess I'm just really tense about tomorrow.
This priest is playing golf with this rabbi.
You don't have to do this.
I know another one about a fat lady and a duck.
No, Georgia. Murray, who handles the clocks?
Why?
Well, Tokyo is 5 minutes slow. See?
Oh, yeah. It's little things like that that cost them the war. What's the matter, man?
I don't know. I can't stay seated today. Somehow, I just don't feel a producer should be sitting.
Mary, if God didn't intend for producers to sit, he wouldn't have given them such big chairs.
I don't know. You feel I should be on my feet in case I have to deal with anything in a hurry.
At 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Come on, Mary, relax. After all, Lou was right in there. If any problem comes up, all you gotta do is just...
No, Murray. If any problem comes up, I'll handle it. That's all.
Hi, guys.
Ted, you're late.
I knew you wouldn't care, Mayor. I mean, what the heck? We don't punch a time clock around here.
Well, the point is, Ted, if you get here on time for Mr. Grant, you can get here on time for me. That's
To do what?
whatever it is that you do when you get here on time for Mr. Grant.
Well, all right, Mary. But I think you're being a little punctilious.
All right, Ted, that's it. You're gonna give me that book, or I have to take it away from you.
Is Lou in, Mary?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Mel, what did you want to see him about?
Oh, I got this note that the producer wants some changes in the set.
Oh, yes, well, I'm the producer now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Mel?
Yeah, I just want to see what Lou wants.
Yeah, but see, I'm the one who wanted the sketches.
You are?
Yes. Yes. Did you know, Mel, that we haven't changed the basic set in 5 years?
Oh.
And also, I wanted to talk to you about wardrobe. Ted's blazer, I want to get rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah, preferably before he has time to take it off. Hey, Lou, you want to check the copy?
Murray, give it to me.
Oh, sorry, May. I just saw Lou here.
Lou,
I
do you
thought
want
he'd
to
like
look at these? Mary thinks the set should be changed.
What for? The set's fine. Leave it alone.
Mr. Grant, I thought I was the producer.
That's right, Mary.
Well, then why don't you let me do my job?
Mary, the first thing you have to learn as a producer is not to have this sort of discussion with your executive producer in front of other people. Oh, I'm sure nobody heard.
I certainly didn't.
Look, I'm really sorry, Mr. Grant, but you are not letting me do my job.
All right. Go ahead. Do your job. You don't need any help? Fine.
Well, no, wait, no, I never said that I didn't need help. Mr.
Yes,
Grant.
you did, Mary, and everybody heard you.
Well, I certainly did.
You can do everything, Mary. Good for you. Lots of luck. You'll need it.
Well, Mary, I guess that'll teach you to be bellicose.
Hearings, and we'll follow with the narcotics crackdown and then the governor's conference, huh?
Yeah, that sounds like a good lineup.
Yeah, listen, I got one problem. We have 30 seconds at the end of the show. Now, which do you think is more important? The birth of the baby rhinoceros at the zoo or the California grape pickers strike?
Well, it depends on whether you're a rhino or a wino.
Well, so the inmates really are in charge of the asylum.
Oh, Sue Ann, I had nothing to do with that article.
Mary, believe me, I'm proud of the way you haven't been disheartened by those who murmur that you've sacrificed your femininity to your ambition.
Actually, Sue Ann, I haven't heard anyone murmur that.
Then I'm the first. Of course, meanwhile, the man you supplanted is sitting alone in the bar downstairs, destroying himself with cheap booze.
How do you know that?
I just bought him a drink. Well, carry on, Mary. I'll just watch. It should be fascinating to observe how the most important woman at station WJM puts together a new show.
All right, you want to watch? Go ahead, watch. Okay, Murray, I've decided we'll close with the baby wino. I mean, the baby rhino.
Hey, Mary, you didn't authorize any wardrobe changes, did you?
Oh, well, no, Gus, I didn't. That is, Mel talked to me about them, and I said I would
Without
think
consulting me? Holy cow, Mary, your director has to know about these things.
Well, there is nothing to know about yet, Gus. I mean, nothing definite has been decided.
Oh, yes,
so...
it has. He's got Ted wearing a black and white striped jacket, and he's putting checkered pants on a weatherman.
Oh, well, no, I never authorized that.
Holy Toledo, you can't use stripes. They strobe on you, and checks bleed.
Yeah, well, see, all I said was that I wanted a different look, that's all.
Well, you got it. Holy Moses, checks and stripes.
Bleeding and strobing.
All right, Mary, I'll put my foot down. Do you all hear me? I'll put my foot down.
Suit yourself, Ted. It's your mouth.
Mary, I'm not plugging any of these radical women's lib groups.
Ted, come on, there's nothing radical about the Daughters of the American Revolution.
I love watching you do the news, Mary.
Okay, this is it! His creepy camera pushers have mucked up my designs once too often.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
Mary, will you tell this fascist he just can't tear down a new piece of set just because he doesn't like it?
And will you tell this half-wit you can't use a mirror on the set?
Is that so? Is that so? I saw a Fred Astaire picture last night, and it was nothing but mirrors. Mirrors, as far as the eye could see.
I think I saw that picture. Isn't that the one where he danced?
Holy This is a live TV show. A mirror would reflect the cameras.
I adore watching you do the news, Mary.
Cool it. That's right, all of you, just cool it. This is neither the time nor the place to discuss this. Now, for today, everything's going to stay the way it is. Tomorrow morning, we'll have a production meeting here at 11 o'clock. You bring the designs and sketches, which I will discuss with you, okay? Okay?
Okay.
And if you want to come and watch, you come and watch. Any questions?
It's not the way Lou would have handled it.
Mary, Ted wants you to handle it the way Lou would have handled it.
Ted, how'd you like me to punch your face out?
And I'm telling you, the greatest college football team of all time was Army 1944.
Nebraska, 1972.
How do you say that, fella? Army had the greatest backfield that ever was.
Nebraska, 1972.
Hi.
Hello. Blanchard, Davis, Tucker, eh?
Nebraska, 1972.
Oh, nothing, thank you. I just thought I'd come by and tell you that everything is okay in the newsroom.
Good. Look at the record. Unbeaten, untied, beat Notre Dame 59-0, 6 All-Americans.
I mean, I knew you'd be anxious to know that.
Yeah. Glenn Davis set a touchdown record that still stands. And that's while he was dating Elizabeth Taylor.
I knew you wanted to know, because, I mean, it is the first time that I ever ran the whole show myself.
Yeah.
Nebraska, 1972.
Army, 1944.
So, I'm really glad that I was able to set your mind at ease.
Yeah, thanks. That's nice. So everything's all right, huh?
Yeah, if I do say so myself, everything is all right.
You're not, for example, having trouble with Rollins?
No. Who's Rollins?
Your sound engineer. I thought you might be having some problems.
No, everything's fine, just fine.
Good. Glad to hear that, Mary.
Yeah. I am managing to get the news on without a hitch.
Good for you, Mary.
Thanks. Mr. Grant, why did you think I might be having trouble with Rollins?
Just a hunch.
Okay.
Mary.
Yeah.
That's Rollins.
And the Clean Air Committee praised Twin Cities residents for leaving private cars at home and making the quick transit bus program a big success.
Why does Ted keep frowning?
Well, he's mad at me because I wouldn't work any of his vocabulary words into the copy.
Oh.
It's wonderful, Mary. It's the best newscast I ever saw.
Oh, thanks, Georgette.
I hope they rerun it.
And now a sad item. Monsignor Walter O'Rourke is dead at 87. Until his retirement in 1958, Monsignor O'Rourke served the Twin Cities Diocese, where he was much beloved. Let me just say this. I didn't know the Monsignor personally, but I'll bet you he was never lethargic, redolent, bellicose, or lascivious. This is Ted Baxter saying good night and good news.
At least he pronounced them right.
Never mind. Here comes the good part. Produced by Mary Richards.
Is that the first time you've seen that?
No, but it's the first time I believed it.
Congratulations, Mayor.
Thanks, Murr.
Or maybe I should have shaken your hands. I hardly ever hug Lou.
No, I like the hugging.
Hey, I'm very impressed. It was a great show, a perfect show. Except for that one moment when Ted was reading the basketball scores, and a voice from the sound booth yelled, Nebraska, 1972.
Well, Mayor, what did you think of my performance?
Ted, Mary produced tonight's show, and she would like your opinion.
Fair enough.
Mary, I thought I was great.
Thank you, Ted. Gee, I wonder what Mr. Grant thought. If he watched the show. Oh, Murr, I hope he watched the show.
Well, you know Lou. If he liked it, he won't say a word. That's his highest praise.
Nonsense, Murr. When I come off a newscast, he talks my ear off.
Congratulations, Mary.
Come in.
Mr. Grant, maybe I'm pressing my luck, but, what do you think?
About the show?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say? That it was great?
Sure.
Mary? You want to know about a great newscast? In 1966, I was working at a radio station in Chicago. where there was this real smart aleck broadcaster. On election night, the other guys decided to fix him. As he started to read the returns, two of the guys took off his pants and set fire to them. And Mary, I watched while that man broadcast those returns perfectly. Now that's a great newscast.
And you just let that happen? You didn't help him?
Sure, I helped him blow out his pants. Hey, what I'm saying is, don't expect superlatives from me. Anyway, producer, what do you care what I think? Your opinion is the only one that should be important to you.
You're right. You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
And you want to know what I think?
Hmm?
I think I did a great job. I think I did a terrific job.
Then that's all that matters, isn't it?
Right you are. Mr. Grant, what'd you think of the show?
It didn't stink.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Grant. Oh, thank you. It didn't stink.
Okay. How about this? We open on military scenes, tanks, guns, planes, and cut to me in a khaki flak jacket.
Ted, we are not going to change the opening of the show.
Anyhow, I bet Ted can't say khaki flak jacket 3 times fast.
I don't know why I waste my time on childish people.
Khaki flak jacket, khaki flak jacket, khaki flak jacket.
Hi, man.
Hey, Mary. Oh, this is a big night. The first time you produced a show all by yourself.
Right.
Yeah, that's a cause for celebration.
Hey, it is.
Yeah. I think I'll go have a drink.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can never tell, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Are you all right?
Lou, what's wrong?
Nothing. Hey, I'm fine. Fine. Water. Lots of water.
Well, Mr. Grant, what happened?
Charlene.
Charlene, the girl you used to go with.
The one who played piano in that cocktail lounge?
What happened?
Charlene. Bus.
She was hit by a bus.
On bus.
She was hit while on a bus?
Charlene, sitting bus.
Right. Then what happened, Tonto?
I was walking to work, and I saw Charlene sitting on a bus. But she didn't see me. So I started chasing the bus. Oh, block after block. I must have chased that bus for a dozen blocks, but I couldn't catch it.
Oh, that's really too bad.
That's all right. I didn't want to talk to her.
So, Charlene's back in town. That's terrific. What do you mean you don't want to talk to her?
Well, we sort of had a fight before she left town.
Oh?
Yeah. She got this offer to play the organ for a crummy ice show, and I didn't want her to do it.
Why not?
Well, I thought it was beneath her, Mary. I really did. It was really a bad show. Every time the star of the show did a spin, he got dizzy and had to sit down on the ice. Put his head between his knees.
Well, Mr. Grant, come on. You obviously wanted to see her. Why don't you give her a call?
It would be kind of awkward with that fight that we had. Of course, it'd be a lot better if I could just run into her. Yeah, you know, a chance meeting.
Chance?
Yeah.
Like where you chase a bus for 12 blocks?
Yeah. Or maybe if I just bumped into her at a party. That would be perfect. Yeah. If only there was someone we both knew who was having a party. And I just bumped into her. Like at your place.
My place?
Yeah, like, for instance, Saturday night.
This Saturday night?
Yeah, like around 8:30.
Mr. Grant, that is awfully short notice. I mean, it is Thursday. But I suppose I could do it. I'll just set up a buffet. People can serve themselves. I'll have a few hors d'oeuvres and some cold cuts. I don't know, I can probably bake something.
Mary, this is an office. Plan your parties on your own time.
Hi, Mary. Here's all the ice I've got. Don't worry about returning it, and what you don't use, you could throw away.
Thanks. Ollie, you're a lifesaver.
I know.
Would you like a drink?
No, thanks. I gotta get back to the sickos. I just came home to have dinner.
That's funny. I always thought nurses ate at the hospital.
I stopped 2 years ago when I found a rubber glove in my rice pudding.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
You will drop in when you get home, though, won't you?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Is Lou gonna come over tonight?
Yeah? Why?
I like him. I bump into him at the hockey games once in a while. He's very sweet. He always offers me a slug from his flask. I gotta run. See you later.
Okay, listen, try to get home early, will you? I have a feeling tonight's party's going to be a pretty good one.
Okay.
Georgette, I told you I don't want to talk about it.
I do.
Tough.
Well, double tough on you.
Why? What's going on with you two?
I'm so embarrassed. We're having our first fight.
Don't apologize. You'll get better with practice.
It's her fault, Mary. She's overly sensitive. My mother said a little innocent thing, and she just took it the wrong way.
What did she say?
She said I was a hussy.
She did?
Yes, she did. She said I trapped Ted into marrying me by using my sexy ways.
Didn't I come to your defense?
Some defense. He told her I didn't have any sexy ways.
Well, listen, you guys, why don't you postpone the fight till after the party, huh?
I hate to say this about your mother, but sometimes she's not very nice.
Georgette, you take that back, or I'll never talk to you again.
Sure, I'll take it back when the North Pole freezes over me. I should have said when hell freezes over, but I don't like to swear in mixed company.
Hey, yes, come on. This is no way to carry on at a party.
I'm sorry, Mary. I'm never going to talk to Georgette again.
Yeah, will you stop being such a grump and talk to your wife? This is a party. You're supposed to be having fun. Murr, hi, I'm glad to see you.
Don't come near me, I'm sick. I woke up this morning with the flu. I got cramps, nausea, chills. I really ought to be home in bed.
Then why aren't you?
I didn't want to spoil your party.
Come on in. Can I get you a drink?
Oh, yeah. Tea with honey and lemon. A couple of aspirins. Hi, Georgette. Hi, Ted.
Oh, hi, Mr. Grant.
Charlene here yet?
No, not yet.
Well, what do you think, Mary? Notice anything different?
Different. Let's see. Well, I recognize the suit and the shoes, the tie. No, I don't see anything different.
Good. I don't want to look over anxious.
Like a drink?
Yeah, the usual. Hi, everybody. What's with them?
Well, let's see. Murray is sick. He should be home in bed. Ted and Georgette have had a fight. They're not talking to each other.
Get rid of them. Get rid of them. They're dull. I can't afford to have a dull party tonight. Sure you can. Call up somebody else. Don't you know any lively people? Maybe you can rent some.
Mr. Grant, will you just relax? Everything is gonna be fine.
Mary, can I have my tea with lemon?
Yeah, Murray, just a minute.
I want to watch television.
You don't do that at a party.
I wasn't talking to you. There she is. Come on, you bozo. Shape up, Ted. Don't be dull. Hurry, stop being sick.
Hi, Mary. How are you? Good to see you.
Charlie, let me look at you.
Lou, Mary, let me introduce you to Kenny Stevens. I hope you don't mind my bringing a date.
No, it's...
How do you do?
No.
Mary, do me a favor. Introduce Kenny.
Sure. Kenny Stevens, this is Georgette and Ted Baxter.
Oh, I know.
Good to see you again, Lou.
Yeah, who's the kid?
One of the skaters in the show.
What are you doing going out in public with a kid that age? Don't you know the people will talk about you?
Don't be silly. Who's going to talk?
Me.
What difference does it make how old anyone is? He happens to be very sweet and thoughtful and considerate. Besides, I told him I was 32 and he bought it.
He thinks you're 32?
Ice skaters don't have to be smart, Lou. It's all in their feet. Now, come on over and say hello. Come on. Kenny, I've been telling Lou all about you.
Well, it's nice to meet you, sir.
Lou. The name's Lou, not sir.
Right. Lou.
Mr. Grant, Kenny was just telling me that before he became a professional skater, he won a medal in the Olympics.
Well, it was just a silver medal. I should have won the gold, but I had a torn ligament.
Oh, Mary, you must come and see him skate sometime. He is incredible.
Well, it wouldn't look great with the kind of music she plays.
Gee, I've never met a figure skater before. This is really exciting. You guys make such a valuable contribution to society. Why, just this morning, I was asking myself, how come they've never given a Nobel Prize to a figure skater?
Mr. Grant, would you like to freshen your drink?
No.
Kenny, can I get you something?
Why don't you get some ice for Kenny to twirl around on?
Mary, will you bring me a blanket? I'm starting to get a chill.
Yeah, Murray, in a minute. Just a minute.
Must be great being an ice skater. What do you want to do when you grow up?
Mr. Grant, guess who's coming over later? My friend Paula, the nurse?
How soon could she get here?
Mary, will you tell me when it's 9 o'clock? I want to watch SWAT.
Maybe Kenny would like to watch Sesame Street.
Hey, pal, I don't know what's bugging you, but by any chance, would you like to step outside?
What? Put on the skates?
Mary, I think I better have my coat.
Oh, well, no, come on. This is
Get her coat,
silly.
Mary.
Lou, what did you have to make a scene for?
What scene? I never laid a hand on him.
It was, nice seeing you again.
We must do this again sometime.
So long, everybody.
I'll call you, Mary.
Okay. Listen, I'm really sorry about the evening.
Oh, let him go. Who needs him?
Yeah, you still got us.
Oh, what a perfect evening. Ted and Georgette sit there for hours, not talking to each other. Murray arrives sick, blows his nose all night. And you had to ruin what little promise we had of a party by making a fool of yourself over Charlene's date. I hope you're satisfied, Lou.
What did you say?
You heard me. I hope you're satisfied.
You call me Lou.
That's right, because that's what you deserve to be called. In fact, you don't even deserve to be called Lou. You know what you should be called?
What?
Louis. That's what you should be called, is Louis.
That's what my mother used to call me when I was bad.
Well, I don't blame her.
I'm sorry, Mary. I made a fool of myself.
You certainly did.
Okay. Hello? Charlene? Lou, listen, I'm sorry about tonight. I don't know what got into me. But when you walked in with that guy, I went crazy. Listen, apologize to the skater for me, too, huh? No hard feelings? Oh.
Hi, Mary.
Oh, Paula, hi. Party's over, but come on in anyway. Fix yourself a drink.
How about we go out for dinner Saturday, huh? Oh, you do? Oh, well, I guess in that case. What? You mean double date? Oh, no, I couldn't do. Yeah, I think we could do that. Yeah, well, why not? Oh, sure. I think it's a terrific idea. I was just trying to figure out which one of my girlfriends to bring. Okay, bye-bye. Mary, get me a date.
No, Mr. Grant. I did that once, and you never forgave me.
Right. I'm gonna get a girl to go out with. Hey, Paula.
Yeah, Lou?
Can you get me a date?
Mr. Grant, why don't you...
Paula?
Yeah, Lou?
Listen, how would you like a free meal?
You sweet talking son of a gun. Sure, why not?
Now, listen, just one thing. There's gonna be a girl there that I used to go with, and I really want to impress her. I want you to look really beautiful.
Beautiful is out of the question. If I'm lucky, twice a year I can manage pretty.
Good. Try and make it one of those nights.
When is it?
A week from tonight.
I better start now.
Paula, Mr. Grant.
Hi, Mary.
Mary, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to give me an honest answer. Is this any way to dress on a date where I'm trying to impress someone?
Well, Mr. Grant, I mean, that depends. I think what Paula's wearing is very nice.
Mary, I don't want nice. I want sexy.
Do you have anything I could borrow, Mary?
Well, yeah, sure, if you want to. Take what you want.
Thanks. If you ever need to borrow a pair of white pantyhose, don't hesitate.
Mr. Grant, how could you? That girl has feelings. You can't treat her like this.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Paula was nice enough to go along with you on this stunt. I don't think it's right for you to criticize the way she dresses.
I was not criticizing Mary. I was merely suggesting that Paula might look a little more attractive if she wore something other than a sweater and a skirt. Believe me, Mary, I am fully aware of the fact that Paula has feelings. Last thing in the world I do is say something I thought might offend her.
Well?
Stinks.
It's okay. I like a man who's discriminating.
This is ridiculous, Mr. Grant, trying to make Charlene jealous.
Oh, you think so?
Yes, I do. It's asinine. It's moronic. It's dumb.
Oh?
Something Ted would do.
There's no need to be insulting.
She's not going to fall for it, Mr. Grant. Charlene's going to see right through this. It's high school. High school.
Oh, yeah? It's high school, is it? Well, why didn't you say that to Charlene when she showed up at your party with her boyfriend?
That was different. And she wasn't doing it to make you jealous.
Well, it did, and now I want Paula to make her jealous.
You want me to make her jealous?
That's right.
I better change again.
Oh, come on, Mary. Paula's gonna have a great time. I guarantee it. We're going to a terrific restaurant, dining, dancing. Hey, listen to what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the band to play Charlene's favorite song, You Made Me Love You. Then when they do, I'll say, hey, how about that? They're playing our song. Then I'll get up and dance with Paula. What do you think?
That's terrific.
And then we'll dance by the table when I'm sure Charlene is watching. I'll bite Paula on the ear.
Oh, good, good.
I thought you'd like it.
Okay, listen, I'm coming out. This is your last chance, Lou. I'm wearing Mary's best dress. I know it's the best dress because the price tag is still on it.
My new dress.
You better be good.
Here I come. Well?
Paula, you look fabulous.
Lou?
You look sensational. Wow. Really great. Come on, let's go. Thanks, Mary.
Thanks, Mary.
Have a good time.
You mean it, Lou? I look okay?
Okay. You're beautiful. Just beautiful.
Thanks.
Charlene's gonna hate your guts. Hi, everybody. Listen, I want you to meet Paula Kovacs. She's Charlene McGuire and Kenny Stevens.
Hi, Paula.
Hello, Paula. My pleasure.
Shall we sit down, dear? Listen, I'm sorry about the other night.
Forget it, Lou. Charlene explained the whole thing.
Paula, that is a very lovely dress.
Thanks. Lou helped me pick it out.
I hope we didn't keep you folks waiting too long. I picked Paula up at her apartment, and you know how it is. One thing led to another, and I guess we lost all track of time.
Oh, sure, I understand. I love the style. It is very striking. But where'd you get it?
Colette.
Oh, Colette, yeah. I love the neckline. You know, the way it sort of drapes down, and it's just a...
Yeah, well, let's have a drink. Let's everybody have a drink. Waiter. We'll order some drinks. What would you like?
I'll have white wine.
Vodka martini, please.
How about you, darling?
A bottle of beer.
Scotch on the rocks. Thank you. That's a nice restaurant. Paul and I don't get out too often. I mean, we make plans, but then I pick her up, and as we're leaving, I reach for the doorknob, and her hand touches mine. And, you know, one thing leads to another, and before you know it, we end up snacking in front of the fireplace.
That's nice. You know, I had a dress almost like that, except mine was in sort of a pastel green, but the cleaners ruined it.
Will you stop talking about the stupid cleaners and the stupid dress?
Well, what are you getting so upset about?
Upset? I'm not upset. What are you? I'm having a great time. Sweetheart, would you like to dance?
Sure.
Good. Kenny, dance with her.
Yes, sir.
Lou.
She's like a very nice girl.
She's a wonderful girl. But I only brought her here for one reason tonight, and you know it.
Well, what are you talking about?
I brought her here to make you miserable and jealous. I think it's a terrible thing you're doing, not being jealous and miserable. I think it's lousy. I think it stinks.
I think it's sweet.
Sweet?
I think it's sweet that you want to make me jealous. Means you still must care about me, huh?
Of course. If I didn't, why would I want to make you miserable?
Well, if you still care, why couldn't you pick up a phone and call me, and then I wouldn't have to go out with somebody like Kenny?
What's wrong with Kenny?
He's a kid.
Oh.
And he's an ice skater. You know how I can't stand cold feet.
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, Listen to what they're playing.
I know. I gave the leader $10 to play it. And then I was going to say, listen, they're playing our song. I was going to get up and dance with Paula. Dumb idea.
It's a shame to waste $10. Would you care to dance, Lou?
You bet.
Kenny, dance with him.
Who is it?
Lou.
Hi.
Hi, I just dropped Paula off. Thought I'd say hello. I'm not disturbing you, am I?
No, come on in. So, how'd it go?
You mean with my plan? The one that you thought was high school? That was what you called it, what, Mary? High school?
Yes, Mr. Grant, that's what I called it.
Guess who's big man on campus?
You're kidding. You and Charlene? That's terrific.
Yeah, really great. There's only one problem.
What?
I like Paula, too.
Paula?
Yeah. After we left Charlene and Kenny, we went for a drink, and Paula's sensational. She likes hockey, basketball, football, boxing. She's a real woman.
Well, that's terrific, Mr. Grant, but I don't see what your problem is. I mean, what's wrong with your liking Charlene and Paula?
Well, I can't have two girlfriends at the same time.
Why not?
Oh, because I can't. I never did. I'm just old-fashioned. I mean, I couldn't do that sort of thing. Could I? No, not me. I'm a one-woman man. I wouldn't know how to handle that sort of thing. Would I? I mean, I've never had any experience at that sort of thing.
Well, Mr. Grant, even Warren Beatty had to start somewhere.
Yeah. You know, I think this is going to work out great. Yeah. I'll see Charlene on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I'll see Paula on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Oh. There's just one more thing I want to ask you.
What?
What do I do Sundays?
Rest.
Mary, I gotta talk to you. I got a terrible problem. I don't know how it happened. I got all mixed up. I have a date with two girls on the same night. Charlene and Paula both think I'm taking them to dinner later. You gotta help me.
You're on your own, Louis.
Oh, Louis. Hi, Louis. How are you feeling, Louis? How are things, Louis? Louis.
What's so funny, Ted?
Oh, nothing, Mr. Grant.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can looking at the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Mail call. That's your mail, Murr.
Oh, thanks, Ted. What's the occasion? You never bring in the mail.
Well, I was just passing the mail room. I thought I'd save the mail boy a trip. Who knows, someday maybe he'll do something nice for me. Can I get you some coffee, Murr?
No, I can save you the trouble, Ted. I don't ever intend to do something nice for you.
That's because you didn't read the book that Georgette got me. It's called Turn the Other Cheek.
Oh, sounds like the history of inoculations.
This book says I carry the best weapon in the world inside here.
Well, it's certainly the best concealed.
Kind thought, that's all I need, Murr. If I think kindly of others, they can't hurt me. Hey, go ahead, try it. Insult me some more. Not only will I turn the other cheek, but I'll think of something wonderful to say in response.
Ted, please don't do this to me.
All right, I'll get the ball rolling. Ted is so dumb that...
Ted, you're taking all the fun out of this.
It's okay, really. Give me your best shot. Believe me, I don't know the meaning of the word offended.
You don't know the meaning of the word duck.
A clever jibe by a witty man. Let me get you some coffee.
Oh, this is going to be the longest day of my life.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, Murr, guess what? I just got a letter from my Aunt Flo, and she's coming to Minneapolis.
A pleasant surprise for a wonderful person.
Who's your Aunt Flo?
Flo Meredith. Murr, I told you.
What, the columnist?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you never told me she was related
I
to you.
sure did. You just didn't listen.
An honest oversight by a decent guy.
My gosh. Flo Meredith must be the best-known newspaper woman in America. What's she coming here for?
She's covering the Walker trial.
Oh, that's right. All the papers are covering that. How often does a prominent millionaire go around butchering 3 people with a cleaver?
Still, I'm sure he has many delightful qualities.
But gee, Murr, I'm just so excited. I mean, Aunt Flo has always been my idol. She leads the most fantastic life. She goes everywhere, gets exclusive interviews with the biggest celebrities.
Hey, maybe while she's here, she can interview me.
Oh, sure. Why write about a butcher when you can go straight to the bologna?
A telling thrust by a droll chap. Hey, Lou, did you know that Flo Meredith was Mary's aunt? Your aunt?
Well, no, she's not really my aunt. She's my mother's cousin, a distant cousin. I haven't seen her since I was 11.
She's one of the best newspaper women in the country.
Although we've always been very close.
I guess journalistic talent must run in the family.
Oh, come on. No, I would never put myself in the same class as Flo Meredith.
Why? You do the same job she does, keeping the people informed. And you do it without a lot of glamour, publicity, and expense accounts.
No.
Wise words and well learned. From a man who knows whereof he speaks.
Besides, Flo Meredith doesn't have to put up with a pompous, overpaid, under-talented anchorman.
Personally, Ted, I think the last part was pretty well earned.
In your hat, skinhead.
Who is it? Open up, kiddo. It's the working press. Aunt Flo!
Mary.
Hi.
Oh, look at you. You're all grown up. Oh, my gosh, pajamas. I haven't seen anybody wearing pajamas since Hubert Humphrey. Now, don't get me wrong. Mrs. Humphrey was always present. As a matter of fact, I had a note from Muriel just the other day. She wanted the name of a little restaurant in Marrakesh. Baby, you look fantastic.
Thank you. So do you. Oh, gee, it's so great to have you here. Can I get you a drink?
Well, I wouldn't slug you in the mouth if you did.
Okay. You know, I wasn't expecting you until tomorrow.
Well, I thought I'd fly in tonight and kind of get a jump on things. Scotch will be fine on the rocks. Okay. Easy on the rocks.
Right.
Anyway, it gives us a chance to talk.
Yeah.
How have you been?
Oh, just fine.
Oh, you certainly look in the pink. I hear you're a producer now.
Well, yeah, I am. It's just a little station, you know.
Oh,
but
well, kiddo, you got to learn someplace. Listen, tell me, what do you think about this murderer?
Oh, well,
Why did he chop all his victims into little pieces? Was he cuckoo or just overorganized?
Well, I think, you know, it's pretty obvious that in order for him to have done something like that, you know, it'd have to be
deranged, bonkers, wigged out, fruitcake city.
Mentally ill.
That too. Well, I think I better talk to some news people. Sometimes I've found that a good local reporter has a lead that everybody else has missed. You wouldn't happen to know anybody, would you?
What do you mean I wouldn't happen to know anybody?
Well, somebody who knows what's going on.
Well, Aunt Flo, I am the producer of the 6 o'clock news. I mean, who would know any more?
Well, I don't know. I guess I was just thinking one of the old pros.
Okay, what's wrong with one of the young pros? I mean, this is my city. I know what's going on. I know people.
Baby, I never said you didn't. Oh, listen, if I sounded that, I'm sorry. I apologize, honest.
Well, no, you don't have to apologize. Really, you don't. Shall I freshen that for you?
Who's the defense attorney on the case?
Well, that information is, you know, over at the station.
Oh, who's on the night desk?
Well, actually, we don't have a night desk.
Well, who's the editor of the evening paper?
Well, I never read the evening paper. I read the morning paper, though, you know, straight through.
Well, what's the number for Associated Press?
Okay. The Associated Press, that's, what is, 553 4... Wait a minute, no, that's UPI. It's, okay, well, I'll, you know, I'll just look it up. I know the number, I know it, but I'll look it up.
Mary, wait a minute. That's all right, never mind. Let me ask you another question.
Okay.
How's the family?
She's incredible. She's the most dynamic person I've ever met. Do you ever feel that way about someone? Do you ever say to yourself, boy, he's doing exactly what I'd like to do, only he does more of it in a week than I do in a year?
Yeah, Warren Beatty.
Good
morning.
Oh,
hi.
Mr. Grant, we're going to have a visitor this morning. My Aunt Flo is going to stop by the newsroom.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping I'd meet her. That's really great.
You two are really going to hit it off, too. You're both news people. I can't wait to introduce you.
Yeah, I only wish I was working on more exciting copy than this. Window makers irked by putty prices.
Hi, Mary.
Oh, Aunt Flo, hi. Come on in. Flo Meredith, I'd like you to meet our chief writer, Murray Slaughter.
It's a pleasure.
And this is our executive producer, Lou Grant.
Hi, fellas.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Meredith. You have quite a reputation.
Well, Mary seems to think you're pretty hot stuff, too.
I do my best.
Well, hey, this is a cute little place you got here.
Not really. Not all that little and not all that cute.
Sorry, no offense. Mary, you got a cute little boss here.
Flo Meredith? Well, what a thrill. I'm Ted Baxter, the anchorman.
Hi.
I suppose Mary's told you all about me.
Yes, she has.
Well, now you can hear it from the horse's mouth.
Well, that's almost the way she described you.
This is wonderful. It's so great meeting important people. You must be very excited.
So, Murray, you're the writer, huh? You must be having a field day with this Walker trial.
Oh, yeah, but I was just finishing working on a fast-breaking story first, on the putty situation.
Mary, it's your newsroom. But, honey, if I were you, I'd drop everything and concentrate on this murder trial. You'd never have a bigger story.
Oh, well, I'm sure that Mary feels from a television standpoint that the trial could go on for weeks. Some of these other items will be old news tomorrow.
Well, yeah, that's really what I...
It's none of my business, but from a newspaper standpoint, she's dead wrong. Murder sells. It's a fact of journalism.
You know, on the other hand, it's hard to argue with that.
I know a little bit about journalism myself. Not your scandal sheet scribbling, but good old hard-nosed reporting.
My scribbling has won 16 journalism awards. How many's your nose won?
How many has my nose won?
Listen, can I say something here? I've never done anything like this, but I think we all know what's happening. I mean, you two should really like each other, but somehow things have just gotten off to a bad start, you know, and I think we should be sensible enough to admit that, you know, so that it doesn't get in the way of what could be a terrific relationship.
Oh, all right. I admit it. She was starting to get on my nerves.
Okay, now, Aunt Flo, you too. Come on, just out.
All right, baby, if it's going to make you feel any better. I was beginning to think that he was a pompous, straight-laced blowhard.
There, you see? Now that it's all out in the open, we can just forget the last few minutes ever took place and start fresh.
How do you do, Miss Meredith?
I'm pleased to meet you, Mr. Grant. It's a cute little place you got here.
Hey, you know, your aunt is really terrific.
Isn't she, though? Gee, I just wish Mr. Grant thought so. But I'm not going to give up. She's going to come to dinner tomorrow night and see if I can get him to come, too.
Hey, you know something, Mary? You should have been a matchmaker at Madison Square Garden.
Mr. Grant?
What is it, Mary?
I'd like to ask you a favor.
Sure. What?
Well, it's a personal favor.
Yeah, what is it?
We want you to understand that it's not your ordinary favor. It's something that I'm asking you on the basis of our friendship. It's a very personal favor.
I understand. But before you ask me your personal favor, I think that there's something you should understand.
Sure.
If you ask me a personal favor and I do it, I could turn around tomorrow and ask you a personal favor, and you'd be obligated to me.
I understand.
Yeah, but I don't think you understand the kind of personal favor a guy like me could ask. For instance, I'm part of a weekly poker game with 4 other guys. Every 5th week, the game is at my place. It was fine when I was married, but now I've got nobody to make the sandwiches, serve the beer, empty the ashtrays, spray the stale air out of the room. I might ask you to come over 1 week as a personal favor.
I could do that.
Or, some weekends, I've been known to have 1 too many. You might get a phone call, say at 4 o'clock in the morning, from any bar in a radius of 30 miles. And you'd have to come over, get me in the car somehow, drive me home. I don't drive when I've been drinking.
Commendable.
Get me up to my apartment, which is 3 flights up, clean me up, and dump me in bed as a personal favor.
I could do that.
Or, I've got this friend, Iggy Wochuk. Saved my life once in the Army. And he comes to town once, twice a year, and he always asks me the same thing, can I get him a date? But he doesn't phrase it that way. What Iggy says is, hello, Lou, I want woman. So, Mary, are you sure you want to ask me this personal favor?
How often did you say Iggy comes to town?
Okay, what's your favor?
Okay. My Aunt Flo
Oh.
is coming to my house for dinner tomorrow night, and I want you to come too.
All right. As a personal favor to you, I accept your invitation to come to dinner.
Thank you, Mr. Grant.
And now, it's time for me to ask you a personal favor.
Yes, Mr. Grant, what is it?
Cancel the dinner. All right, I'll come.
Good.
I'll come. Hey, wait. I want you to remember one thing, though. When you go out with Iggy Wochuk, stay away from candlelit restaurants. Fire makes him crazy.
He took criticism well. I like that. You could look him smack in the eye and say, Sir Winston, your painting stinks.
Did you ever meet him?
No, I never met Churchill. No.
I thought maybe during the war.
No. We must have just missed each other.
Lou, hit me again, will you? I feel like celebrating tonight.
What are you celebrating?
The Walker trial. This afternoon, I filed an exclusive interview with the accused.
You're kidding. How did you get in to see him?
Well, I can't reveal the details, kiddo. Let's just say it was a combination of arm twisting, bribery, and deceit. All the tools that we reporters employ to safeguard democracy.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Lou. I'm sure you've done the same.
No. I never interviewed a murderer. Highest I ever got was burglary. with aggravated assault.
Wait, what about the water commissioner in Chicago? Tell Aunt Flo that. You just, go ahead, tell her.
Yeah, that's a good story. Yeah. There was this crooked commissioner.
Joe Funderburg?
Yeah. How did you know?
I sent his boss to prison. I almost got killed collecting the evidence. I had to crawl a half a mile through a sewer pipe to escape. Oh, but it was worth it. He was a tough cookie, wasn't he, Lou?
Yeah, it sure was.
Well, I interrupted you. What was your story?
No story.
Oh, come on.
No story. Dull story.
Come on, Mr. Grant.
No story.
Mr. Grant was with the Detroit Free Press. That was a great paper, wasn't it, Mr. Grant?
Great paper.
Oh, you don't have to sell me. I turned down a chance to be their managing editor. I've always wondered if I made the right choice.
Managing editor?
Yeah, so believe me, I know it's a great paper.
Fair paper.
But in this business, you have to move right along. Life is too short to get stuck behind a desk. Come on, let's have a real drink.
I've had enough.
Oh, and you call yourself a newspaper man?
Listen, speaking of drinking, Mr. Grant, tell her about your city editor.
I don't want it.
Oh, go on. He had this city editor who used to wear a tag around his neck, and it said...
It said, if I'm found unconscious, don't notify anybody I'm a lush. Oh, kiddo, that's an old story. I've never been on a newspaper in my life where somebody didn't claim to have seen that tag.
Listen, kiddo. I don't claim I saw that tag. I said I saw it. And if I said I saw it, see?
Listen, I believe you. If you say that you saw that tag, you saw that tag.
Well, don't say you believe me if you really don't believe me.
I believe you.
Good. Because I never saw that tag. I just And you call yourself a newswoman? Good night, Mary.
Mr.
Thanks
Grant?
for another wonderful party.
How could you do that?
Do what?
You kept topping him on everything he said.
Oh, Mary, look. Lou Grant is a big boy. He can take care of himself. Harry Truman once said to me, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Harry Truman said that to you?
Well, actually, he said it to his chef, but I was standing right behind him.
Mary, I can't believe you're this upset about last night. I know how anxious you were for things to be okay between your aunt and me, but is that any reason for you to be hanging out alone in a bar at this time of day? Huh? Is that any reason, Mary? Give me a reason. Give me a good reason, Mary, why you should be sitting here like this at this time of day.
I'm meeting my Aunt Flo for lunch. Mr. Grant, I'm really sorry about what happened last night. I mean, the way my aunt treated you. That's one of the reasons I'm having lunch with her today. I'm going to try to straighten her out.
It's all straightened out. I called your aunt last night and apologized to her.
You apologized to her?
Mm-hmm.
How could you change your mind like after the way she treated you?
Oh, Mary, she's okay. You just have to understand her. We had a woman like that on the paper in Chicago. One woman among 24 guys. She was the best reporter there. So naturally, the others gave her the works. Dirty tricks, hostility, insults. One rotten bum even took her typewriter apart at night and left all the pieces on her desk. Didn't bother her. She just picked up the roller and hit the dirty bum over the head with it.
Well, I don't, Mr. Grant, what does this have to do with my Aunt Flo?
You see, Mary, when your aunt started out, she was a pioneer. All working women were. Pioneers have to be tough. They don't win popularity contests. People like Flo Meredith broke the ground for people like Mary Richards. You see what I mean?
Boy, you know something? Sometimes you really surprise me. I mean, you're not what I'd ever call a liberated man, but sometimes, Mr. Grant, wow.
Yeah, well.
Of course, I'm never really sure about your stories. Not convinced there ever was a woman on the paper in Chicago, or that some jerk took her typewriter apart, or that she batted him over the head with the roller.
You want to see the scar?
Oh, Mary. Look, I can't stay to lunch. I have to leave town this afternoon. I wanted to say thank you for everything. I'm sorry about the tiff we had.
Oh. Well, listen, Aunt Flo, if you can't fight with your family, who can you fight with?
Lou, I really had a great time last night. That was a terrific little joint you took me to.
You took her to a little joint?
When I called her up last night, I invited her for a nightcap.
Yes, one nightcap in 6 different places. And you know something? You ought to see this little devil tango.
You dance with this little devil?
And only once in 3 hours did he let the rose drop from his lips.
That was to bite her on the shoulder.
Lou, next time I'm in Minneapolis, maybe we can finish up where we left off.
It's a date.
Bye-bye, baby.
You're gonna finish up where you left off?
Hey, if I was good enough for Churchill.
So, they finally found him guilty, huh? Well, that's hardly a surprise.
Hardly.
I'm gonna miss reading your aunt's reports on the trial. Where's she off to now?
I don't know. She said something about a beheading in Iraq.
Oh, gee, that's a pretty grim assignment.
Oh, well, no, it's not an assignment. It's just something she's always wanted to see.
Well, if she thinks I'm going to wait around to give her an interview, she's crazy. You hear that, Mary?
Yeah, I got it, Ted. Interview you. She's crazy.
She had her chance and she blew it. I don't need any help to get my name in print.
That's right. He's been printing his name for years.
You know what's wrong with your aunt, Mary? She's got a big ego.
That's something no one in this business can afford. I mean, take me. I mean, I'm good. I'm exceptionally good. But I don't go around showing.
That's very true, Ted.
She's unfeminine, Mary. I have to tell you this. Your aunt is pushy and arrogant. This goes against nature. Women should be gentle and refined. If God had intended them to be pushy and arrogant, he'd have made them men.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Any word on nominations for the Television Editors Award?
What's it, Teddy time again? I nearly forgot. Nothing in here, Lou.
Hi, guys.
Ted, what are you doing in so early?
My dear child, I've been working through the night.
On what? You don't know how to do anything.
Just a few letters I had to get out, my correspondence.
These are all addressed to television editors. Why are you writing to them?
Why don't you read us one of Ted's letters, Mary?
Well, I wouldn't want to just
That's
tear
okay,
open
it's
an
okay. They're not sealed. You can't get the bulk rate if they're sealed.
Dear Ed, I know you're not supposed to criticize a critic, but I can no longer refrain from telling you that I consider you the most brilliant reviewer in the Western Hemisphere. Your review of Tony Orlando and Dawn will live in literature. My hat's off to brilliance, Ted Baxter. Ted, it won't work.
Why not? It worked last year. I won, didn't I?
Well, you're not going to win twice in a row.
People win twice in a row. Lots of people. That's the real test, Mary, winning twice in a row. And after that...
Impeachment.
After that, retirement. Well, actually, I won't retire. I'll just sort of become a living legend.
I think you've got a pretty good shot at that, Ted. Hey, Mr. Graham, maybe you can answer something for me. Every year, the television editors give something they call the Albert Mason Award for unforgettable contribution to broadcasting. And, you know, every year I wonder who was Albert Mason.
He was a crook who established the award for a phony tax dodge. And not only is it a phony award, but they always give it to somebody who's over the hill. That award marks the end of your career.
What are you doing?
I'm writing in Ted's name for the Albert Mason Award.
Who is it?
It's Georgette.
Hi.
And Ted.
Why?
He brought you some groceries.
Well, thank you, Ted. What for?
We just came from a supermarket opening. Ted cut the ribbon and they gave him all this.
Yeah, we have to go visit a hospital. I don't want to carry you. Besides, generosity's second nature with me.
Are you visiting anyone in particular in the hospital, or are you just window shopping?
Well, it's part of my campaign for the Teddy Awards. I want people to think of me.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll certainly think of you, Ted, every time I put out the garbage.
They also gave him a bunch of balloons, but Ted laid those on the graves of the Civil War dead.
You are a real lifesaver, Ted. You know that? I mean, I would hate to be caught with less than 9 boxes of Raisin Bran. This is wonderful.
Ted hates Raisin Bran. He picks the raisins out with his spoon and flicks them at the cat. We have to go now, Ted. The photographers are waiting to photograph us.
What hospital are you going to visit?
Maternity. Ted wants to have his picture taken kissing a newborn baby.
Yeah. And I saw a picture of one of those things looks like. Anyway, I'm going to have a picture taken shaking hands with one.
Shh. What is it, Lou? Some kind of trouble? There's gonna be. The roof is gonna fall in. I just heard from a friend on the Teddy Awards committee, and this year Ted isn't even nominated.
How can that be? He spent all week visiting the sick.
Which actually did a lot of good. It got them back on their feet in record time.
I know. But his competition topped him. Whatever he did, they did better. If he visited the sick, they visited the dead. They topped him up and down the line.
Well, what about that Albert Mason Award?
No, they haven't decided it yet. And that's not a nomination, that's bestowed, and Ted's too young for that. It's never given to someone who can still chew his own food.
Does Ted know that he's not nominated?
No, and I don't want him reading it in the paper. One of us has got to break it to him.
Well, yeah, one of us should do that.
We used to have a saying in the Army, Mary. It's better to volunteer than be drafted.
We used to have a saying in the Pom-Pom Girls, Mr. Grant. Never date a guy in the band. Well, I just want you to know you're not the only one with those old sayings.
Okay, I'll tell him. Ted?
Yellow.
When you have a second, come to my office.
Just a second, Lou.
Well, what do you want us to do, Lou? You want us to stay or what?
No, I better do it in private. And you don't know anything about it. Another thing. Let's play down the awards this year.
What awards?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, this whole discussion never took place.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, people. I am absolutely delirious.
No kidding. What have you been doing? Sucking a fermented fig?
There were 2 wonderful pieces of news. I have been nominated for a Teddy Award, and no one else at the station was. Which includes you, dear, and I feel terrible about it.
Who wants me to get another glass? Must be good news. He wants to propose a toast. Probably about the awards.
Ted, the awards don't mean a thing. Nothing.
What kind of sour grapes is that? I've worked 20 years for this award. I've baked and basted and fricasseed and hammed and flounced and flocked and puckered my little fingers off for this lousy award. Oh, don't tell me it isn't wonderful.
Oh, it is, Sue Ann, and you deserve it.
Oh, thank you, dear. That's why I was so anxious to tell you both. Well, it's just a nomination, but it's closer than I've ever gotten before.
What category are you in?
Daytime programming. It's a broad grouping. My competition is a religious program and a bowling show. Keep your fingers crossed.
Oh, you're a shoe-in.
Oh, frankly, I'm a little worried. The bowling show's a piece of crud, but that hotshot priest's a killer.
Poor Ted. Although I must say, he is taking it pretty quietly.
No. And Mr. Grant must have told him by now.
Yes?
I didn't say anything. Say, Lou, this isn't meant as a criticism, because I really love having these talks with you. I really do.
Good. Good.
But are you aware of the fact that we've been sitting here now for 5 minutes and you haven't said anything?
No, it's really been 5 minutes. Where is the time?
You said you wanted to tell me something.
Right. Right. Maybe you'll need this.
Does you normally toast good news with champagne? This, of course, it's bad news. If it's bad news, Lou, I'd rather not hear it.
Ted.
I'm not strong, Lou. Some people take bad news rather well. I mean, it rolls right off their back. But not me. I take bad news badly. I don't want to hear any bad news.
Ted, I can't help it.
Sure you can, Lou. But if you were thinking of firing me, you could change your mind.
Ted, I'm not thinking of firing you.
Oh. Well, that's great news.
That wasn't the news.
Lou, I can't take bad news. Unless it's about you. I might be strong enough for that.
Ted, it's not about me. Look, take a really good mouthful of that. Come on, down the hatch. Down the hatch. No, I mean actually swallow it. Now, Ted, I'm going to give you some bad news, and I want you to take it like a man.
Oh.
Because if you can just reach deep down into yourself and find that inner strength I always felt that you have, you'll be all right. And what's more, you'll gain from knowing all this because you'll know that you're a real man.
Oh, Lou. Why me, Lou? Why me? What have I done to deserve this?
Ted, I haven't told it to you yet.
You mean it gets worse?
Ted! Ted! You're not getting a Teddy Award. You weren't nominated this year. I'm sorry, but there will be other years. Ted! Pull yourself together and be a man.
Oh, very well. Very well, Lou. I'm myself now. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh. 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 It's all right. I've decided not to commit suicide.
Good. That's a good choice.
I've got a better way of showing the world what they've done to me. I'm going to let my appearance go to hell.
Ted, don't you think that's a little drastic?
Desperate men use desperate measures, Murr. I'm going to neglect the crease in my pants. Let the part of my hair grow crooked. I'm going to wear unshined shoes. And clip-on ties. My career's all washed up. Mary, I'm sorry I let you down.
Oh, Ted, you didn't.
Ted, you want to know why you weren't nominated? It was my fault, Ted. My rotten writing cost you the nomination.
I wondered about that.
Well, now you can stop wondering and just don't blame yourself.
That's right. You're to blame. You're the reason I didn't win the nomination. Thanks, Murr. It was rotten writing, that's what it was. Rotten writing was all Murray's fault. Thanks, Murr. Rotten writing. Rotten writing, that's what it was. Thanks, Mary.
Yeah, I should have known better.
Would somebody get me a glass of water? I just had a bit of bad news.
Mr. Grant, what's the matter?
What is it, Lou? You look terrible.
I must. They're giving me the Albert Mason Award.
Oh, Mr. Grant! Oh.
Hey, gals, have you heard the great news? The Teddy Brass has tapped me for a presenter's gig.
Oh, Ted, those are the most wonderful words I've ever heard. What do they mean?
That means I'm going to help present the awards. Actually, it's better than winning one.
You're right, Ted, it is. Everyone knows that. Oh, Mr. Grant, here's the information you wanted.
Oh, thanks, Mary. What are you grinning about, Ted?
Ted's going to present the Teddy Award. He was tapped with a brass gig. It sounds awful, but it's really wonderful.
Oh, great. Well, I'm glad you're happy about the awards, Ted. I'm glad somebody around here is happy about the awards.
Mr. Grant has been given the Albert Mason Award, and it's a big honor.
Then why is he grinding his teeth?
Because I don't want it. They only give that award to old crocs. I'm not an old croc. I'm a young middle-aged croc.
Mr. Grant, will you just tell me what's so terrible about receiving an award?
I'll tell you what's so terrible. The winner has to make a speech, and I'm afraid of making speeches.
Lou, can I offer you a word of wisdom?
Ted, you can't spare it.
Way back, I used to be afraid of giving a speech for a large group. Then one day, an old radio announcer came up to me and he said, "Think of them as all sitting out there naked." I've never been nervous since. Oh, occasionally, I giggle.
And once in a while, I get excited.
But never nervous.
Well, I am. Mary, you handle this. I think I'll go get drunk.
Hold it. Mr. Grant, you're not going anywhere. There's no need to go get drunk. What is I hate about awards? I mean, you see what it's doing to people? People are nervous, people are miserable. And for what? The award doesn't matter. Come on, it's our work. Our friendship, our respect for each other. That's what counts. Not awards. Awards are forgotten the next day. Who remembers, for example, the name of the Albert Mason winner last year?
Carl Frobisher.
Okay, poor example. Who was the best weatherman 2 years ago?
Morton C. Foster.
Best daytime documentary, 1971.
St. Paul solved its sewage problem. John Epstein, Betty Ann Barnes.
Come on, I'll buy a drink. Best kiddie show, 1957.
Buffalo Bob Fogle.
Mary, can I tell you something privately?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if anybody deserved a nomination this year, you did. I mean, you did the news, you produced it for the first time. You did a great job.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
If I go one more round, will you?
Sure.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Hey, how come you guys didn't bring any dates tonight?
Well, frankly, Ted, I was embarrassed to bring a date, especially after the things that have happened the last couple of years.
Me too. Now, Marie has boycotted the awards since that time Ted came over to our place after losing, swallowed a handful of pills out of the medicine cabinet.
I didn't hear about that.
Well, it didn't do any harm, except Ted will never get pregnant.
It was terrible. I retained water for 2 months.
I have a hunch you're going to win, Sue Ann. I just have the strangest feeling deep down inside.
So do I. I think I'm going to throw up.
Miss Grant, it's almost time to go.
I can't, Mary. I have to wait till my date gets here.
Where's she coming from?
Malta. I think this is going to be the worst evening in the history of Western civilization.
Hey, Mr. Grant, if you're nervous about that speech, why don't you try it out on us? Once you see that everyone likes it, you won't be so nervous about doing it later.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, of course I am. Hey, everybody, could you gather around for just a minute? Mr. Grant would like to try out his little speech on us.
Ladies and gentlemen, and members of the Television Editors Association.
Wonderful.
This award is stupid. And I would tell Albert Mason to his face. But in 1967, he skipped to Argentina when he was charged with the crime of selling the military unsafe latrines. Thank you very much.
Mr. Grant.
Yes, Mary?
You can't deliver that speech.
Well, listen, it's a free country.
You can't deliver that speech and remain in Minneapolis. No.
But it's the truth.
But you can't publicly ridicule everybody in that room.
You know, Mary, for the first time, I'm sort of glad to get that award.
Lou?
Huh?
I thought it was great. You took my tip and pictured everybody naked, huh?
No, Ted, I didn't picture everybody naked.
That's funny, I did.
This year, the nominees are 3 fine programs. The Happy Homemaker, host Sue Ann Nivens. Strikes and Spares, host Morty Flemish. And Countdown to Glory, host Father James Dannenbrink. And the winner is... Oh, the winners are, we have a tie here, Sue Ann Nivens and Father Dannenbrink.
I'm just so excited. I don't mean because of you.
It would be presumptuous of me to thank you for this award, since in a much larger sense, you cast your ballots not for me, but for someone with whom I am unworthy to share it.
Oh, thank you. This award confers great honor. It also carries certain financial benefits. It will be contract time very soon. Thanks to you, this year, Father Dannenbrink and I can really put the screws to the big shots.
And now to present the award for Best Newscaster, here is last year's winner, WJM's inimitable Ted Baxter.
Hey, good to see you again. How you been? My friends, this is what America is all about. A former winner getting up here and giving away an award he should have won himself. That's not my fault you're running late. You should have started sooner. What is an anchorman? Wasn't it Shakespeare who once said, all right, all right. Nominees are Ernie Reeves, headline report, Pete Ellie, evening headline, Les Stewart, reported evening, and the winner is... Les Stewart, really?
Thank you.
Well said, Les.
That's it. There's no one else but me.
And so it is now my privilege to introduce this year's winner of the Albert Mason Award, the grand old man of the WJM newsroom, Lou Grant.
Up there.
I'm not gonna go up.
No, you've got to.
I'm not leaving this chair.
Mr. Grant, you have got to go up there.
You said I couldn't give my speech. I have nothing to say.
Can someone accept the award for him?
Yeah, she'll accept it.
Accepting the Albert Mason Award for Lou Grant is, what's your name, dear?
Mary Richards.
Mary Richards.
Mr. Grant, I am not going up there. You won that award, now you are going to accept it. Now go up there. Go.
You're right. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I accept the award. Could you toss it over? Toss it. Toss it.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can never tell, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all.
Boy, talk about your good times. What a great evening. What's next?
What's next? How about coffee?
Swell. Boy, I had a ball. Never been on a double date before. Thanks for asking me.
Well, we should have done it much sooner, Ted. I'm just sorry Georgette's in bed with the flu.
To tell you the truth, Ted, we were a little surprised that you decided to come all by yourself.
I couldn't bring a date. I'm married.
No, I think what Mary meant is we thought you might prefer to stay home with Georgette.
Well, I would, except she hates me to see her when she's sick. She thinks it makes her look, you know, unattractive.
Aw, poor Georgette.
She's right.
Anyway, I'm sure glad you could make it. I've watched him on the air for years. It sure is fun getting to know Ted.
It's fun getting to know you, too, Joe.
And it's fun watching you two have fun. It's been a fun evening.
Listen, now that we're close pals, can I ask you a question? If it's a little personal, just blame it on the fact that I'm high on friendship. What's the story with you two?
Ted.
Oh, relax, Murray. I'm not going to ask how far have you gone.
I mean, that's your business.
Of course, if Joe wants to tell me...
I mean, why do you two stand emotionally?
Joe, you don't have to answer that.
Why not? I want to. I love her.
Well, I just meant you didn't have to tell Ted.
Love's nothing to be ashamed of, Mary. It's beautiful and noble, like friendship. This the first time you fell in love, Joe?
You know, I think it is. I remember spending 4 years in college and desperately hunting for some girl to give my fraternity pin to.
Too bad I didn't know you then.
Oh, Mary, if I had known you in college, I would have flunked out for sure.
Hey, you're getting a wonderful guy here, Mary. Hang on to him. You've let a lot of men slip through your fingers, Mary. I know. I was one of them.
Ted, sit.
Oh, what a great evening! Hey, I can't stay.
Are you sure?
He's sure.
You two are going to have to make your own fun. Try to understand. I've got to get home to the little sicko.
I hope Georgette's feeling better.
Hey,
Thanks, Mary.
Ted, this has really been fun.
Hey, you don't have to pretend you're leaving with me. So it looks like we're both going home and then doubling back when I get into my car. I get a good idea what's going on between you two. I mean, you're a guy, she's a chick.
Ted, go home.
Nobody can pick up a phone around here? Yeah? Who'd you say it is? I don't know any Dan Whitfield. What if you are downstairs?
Lou, you know him.
Yeah, how are you, Danny boy? Yeah, glad to hear from you. Are you coming up? Great. To see Mary. Oh, she'll love to see you. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. See ya. Who is he?
Well, how can you forget? He and Mary went together for about a year. They almost got married, and then he went away.
Oh, yeah, he was a nice guy.
If he's such a nice guy, what's he doing bird-dogging Joe's quail?
Hey, wait a minute. I remember. He was a very nice guy. Maybe Mary's better off with him than Joe.
No, I don't know. I didn't like it when he left town on her.
He didn't. He took another job someplace else.
Well, all I know is he made Mary cry, and I don't like guys who make Mary cry.
Oh, what about the guy she's seeing now and all the other girls he's been going out with?
Oh, no, he only did that until she caught him, then he cut them off. And that's a gentleman, Lou. I mean, no kidding. The one that deserves Mary is Joe.
I'm not sure.
Please, Lou.
Please what?
Vote for Joe.
Okay.
Murray?
This guy made Mary cry. I vote for Joe, too.
3-0.
Hi. Oh, hiya, Dan.
You lose by a landslide.
What?
How are you, Dan?
Fine. Hello, Lou. Where's Mary?
Not here.
Not in yet.
She's dead.
Miss Grant, I checked with the film lab and... Dan.
My mother was right when she told me about women. Son, I'm the only good one.
What are you doing here? Are you visiting or what?
Moving back. I just got in, and I wanted to see you before I did anything else.
Well, gee, it's really good to see you.
Look, let's get together tomorrow night. There's a formal dinner dance at the university, and I'm supposed to go. What do you say, Mary? Come protect me from the undergraduates for old time's sake.
Okay, sure, for old time's sake.
Great. I'll call you tonight.
Okay.
So long, fellas.
So long, Dan.
Thank the good Lord my good friend Joe didn't see you just now. If you were my woman, I'd whoop you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Grant. I thought that someone can comment on my personal life like that. Well, it is very upsetting. What I do is my own business and nobody else's.
Mary, easy. Hey. Hey, relax.
Okay, thanks.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm great at calming women down. Some men excite them, I just calm them. You just have to understand, Mary, that Ted likes Joe, and he's not quite as bright as some of us. He just can't understand how you can go around cheating on the man you love.
A truly fantastic dinner, Mary. Great stew, marvelous salad, and a mouth-watering dessert.
Yep. You certainly are a wonderful cook, Joe. Where'd you pick it up, anyway?
In the Navy. It was either that or disarming torpedoes.
Joe, let's not do that now. I'll do it later. Come here. There's something I want to discuss with you.
Okay, but before you do, I got a little gift for you.
Oh, Joe, your fraternity pin.
Yep. Why do I feel there should be a glee club singing?
Thank you. It's really nice. That's terrific.
Okay, you wanted to tell me something.
Yeah. Right, there is something that I do want to discuss with you. Boy, Joe, this is one of the moments. One of the many, many moments. I'm so glad you're you. Because, I mean, there are a lot of men who would not understand what I'm going to say. Boy, I know you, and, well...
This is going to be a real kidney punch, isn't it?
No, not at all, no. Here's the thing. There's a friend of mine, an old friend, is in town for a little while, and I'm going to be seeing him tomorrow night.
Seeing him? You mean going out with him?
Yes.
Well, that's fine. I mean, we don't have any plans for tomorrow night.
Well, no, I know that. I just thought maybe you would be upset about my seeing someone else.
Oh, I can't believe how little you know me.
Well, no. I mean, just very briefly just flashed through my mind that you might be upset.
Well, I mean, why should I be upset if it's just a friend who you were never really romantically involved with? I mean, I don't think I'm the kind of guy that gets upset just because you're seeing some guy you happen to date a couple of times.
Well, Joe, I think that I should be really honest with you now. I mean, I didn't just date him a couple of times. We were sort of engaged.
Well, sure, but that was a long time ago. And now you're sure you don't have any feelings for him. Oh, my God.
Listen, one of the reasons that I can be honest with you is because we're so good together, you know? And we can't let anything, like this kind of thing that's bound to come up in any relationship affect us. And I think it would be very wrong of me to duck it, whereas I think if I meet it just straight on and you and I end up on, more solid ground...
Mary, why aren't you answering your phone?
Because I think this is much more important now.
You're not answering your phone because you're afraid it's him.
Oh, Joe, I am not afraid to answer my own phone.
Yeah, now you're stalling, so we'll hang up.
I am not stalling. Why would I stall?
Hello?
Joe, that's my phone. You can't answer my phone.
Hello?
Hello? Yes. It's for you.
Hello? Oh, hi, Ted. What's up? Yes, as a matter of fact, I sure am free tomorrow night. Yeah, well, that's very thoughtful of you, buddy. Sure. Let's do that. My place. And bring Murray and Lou. We'll play some poker or something. Thanks for calling, Ted. Bye-bye. Well, aren't you going to say don't go?
Well, I'm not sure what's best for you right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can at least say don't go to a person. I mean, can't you give me that much?
Don't go.
I've got to.
I can't believe what what you're doing. I mean, you are really overreacting.
Well, Mary, didn't you go crazy when you found out I was seeing somebody else?
That was different.
How is it different?
I don't know.
Well, I do. Because you think that since I'm a man, I wouldn't be as hurt by these things as you are.
Oh, well, let's be honest, Joe. You're not going to cry your eyes out all night like I did.
No. Now, I'll be doing the male version of crying. Do you want to know what that is? Trying to act like it doesn't hurt. And you don't know what hurting is till you've tried to act like it doesn't.
3 kings.
A straight.
Pour me one, will you, Lou? I want to get drunk in honor of my pal, Joe.
I don't think he's got enough elderberry wine.
I want scotch.
What do you want, Joe?
I want Mary. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really rotten company tonight. I can't help it. You want to know what's going through my head? Right at this moment, I've really got this stupid idea.
Doesn't sound stupid to me.
Wait a minute, you haven't heard it yet.
Oh, yeah, right. Take it.
I got this terrific urge to rush over to Mary's place and burst in on the two of them.
And do what?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's just an irrational urge.
I think you ought to do it.
Yeah, I do, too.
Seriously, you mean it?
Sure. There are times in life when being a man means making an absolute ass of yourself.
You said it.
You know something? I may just do that. I may go over there. I think I will.
Oh, wait a minute. Am I crazy? A guy can't go bursting in on 2 other people just because he feels like it. I mean, you just can't do that. Can he, guys? I mean, think a minute. Be sensible. Can he?
Sure can.
Damn right.
I know.
Good evening it was, and so uncomplicated.
Well, we'll soon fix that. Mary, I can't believe that we're finally here. I never thought we'd make it.
Not make it to my apartment? Why?
Well, you kept us at the dance until every living soul had left. You gave the cab driver the wrong directions, and it took you 17 minutes to find the key to an unlocked door.
Well, again, you make it sound like I'm afraid to be alone with you, when actually I consider this just an average evening with a dear, good friend.
Oh. Well, I don't know, Mary. Something just doesn't seem right.
Oh? Like what?
Well, I don't know. Your voice, for one thing. The way you talk to me. There's just a faint note of formality in it, I guess.
Why, Dan, whatever do you mean?
Okay. Maybe it's me or the way we're dressed or something, but I feel slightly ill at ease with you. And that's pretty ironic when you consider that in the old days, we couldn't wait to get back to your apartment so we
Yes,
could...
yes, I know what you mean.
I mean, Mary, don't you ever think of those days when we used to...
Well, Dan, you know, one thinks of so many things during the course of a day.
Especially that New Year's Eve when you told me...
Yes, I do. I remember that. I remember that. Yes.
I don't know, maybe I should ask you more about this guy, Joe.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Joe is fun to be with.
That's enough. I don't like him already. So, here's to us.
Yes, to you and to me.
That's us. You and me
yes,
is us.
No, I know that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, Dan. I know you too well to be acting this way. Let me tell you what's on my mind.
All right, Mary, just realized What I'm doing is ridiculous and very immature. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Anyone can rent a tux, you know.
That was Joe.
Oh. Well, he is fun to be with. But I got a little bored with him toward the end.
Glad I'm not married anymore. I'd hate to have to explain his gray hair all over me.
You know, I never saw a guy pass out so fast.
No wonder with those sissy drinks he's used to. This is the first booze he's ever thrown his lip around that didn't have 6 cherries and a little umbrella in it. Come on, Ted. Come on. Wake up.
Hey, Joe, congratulate me. I'm smashed.
Why should I congratulate you?
It's the first time.
Yeah. In drinker's terms, tonight he lost his olive.
So, Joe, what happened? Did you do what you said? Did you go over there?
Yeah, I went over there, and I acted like an idiot, and I think I cut my own throat.
Oh, don't feel bad, Joe. You still got me.
Mary, the fact that you know somebody else now doesn't matter. In the last 2 years, I've thought about you a lot.
Yeah, well, I've thought about you, too.
I mean, in New York, I kept seeing girls who reminded me of you.
Oh, well, Dan, people are always seeing girls that remind them of me. I think in 1939, they turned out a whole lot of us.
Really? Mary, you're wonderful.
Dan, you're hugging a real jerk.
What?
I have no business doing this. I have no business being here.
Mary, you live here.
Right, yes, I know. I mean, I have no business in this situation. Some women handle this kind of thing beautifully.
What situation?
The more than one man situation. I mean, some women are terrific at that, and then there are others who make fools of themselves, and I have a pretty good idea which category I fall into.
Well, I thought that was the point of this evening, to find out how you felt.
Yeah, it was, and I think I did.
You mean when I kissed you, you didn't like that?
Oh, no, I like that. Quite a lot.
Well, then?
Well, but Dan, I mean, just because you feel strongly about one person doesn't mean you don't enjoy kissing another person. I thought it did, and it probably should, but it doesn't.
I know, that's the point, Mary. Look, you need some time to think this over. There's no rush. I'll tell you what. Why don't we see each other again in a week or so?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know, Dan. I wish I could give you a reason. I mean, we're both adults. You're not married. I'm not married. I like you. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable not being with Joe.
Well, frankly, I don't think that's a very good reason.
Okay. Then I'll give you another more important reason.
What's that?
I'm pinned. Hi. I just wanted to say that it's very immature of me to be here tonight. And incidentally, anyone can rent a sweatshirt.
Very funny. You have a wonderful personality. Date over so soon?
Mm-hmm. Party over so soon?
Yeah, well, it kind of petered out when Ted decided he wanted to go lie down in the snow. Mary, did you have to make yourself look so sensational for him tonight?
Well, it was a formal affair. Evening. Anyway, what's wrong with dressing up?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Forgive me for looking like such a slob. I happen to own my own tuxedo. It isn't something I usually point out to people.
Joe, I made a discovery tonight. I found out that I have a terrible character flaw. After you burst in on Dan and me, I started trying to picture Dan doing something like that, and I couldn't.
Of course not. He's got too much sense.
So what's wrong with me that I prefer someone who does things like that?
Nothing's wrong with you. It shows you've got character. Did I spoil your date?
No, not at all.
Oh. Well, good. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Did you kiss him?
What?
You heard me.
Yes, I know. I heard you. I can't believe that you're quizzing me about whether or not I kissed him.
Well, don't worry. That's just my first question.
Oh, Joe, if you're going to continue this ridiculous conversation, then I'm going home. Did you say don't go?
Yes.
I couldn't hear. I was out in the hall.
Mary, I can't help it if I'm upset when you kiss somebody else. I'd be upset by anything you did with anybody else. If you held hands with them. Especially if you held hands with them.
Boy, you are really something. Every time I think I've had it, you do something terrific. It's like going to one of those disaster movies. Sit through anything just to get to the part you paid your $3 to see.
Mary, you're the only woman in my life. Do you know how many things there are about you that I love?
Oh, here comes that for which I paid my $3.
Well, goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye.
Thanks for not making a scene.
Joe, you're only going to be gone 2 weeks. How can I make a scene?
Bye.
Bye.
Joe, please say it isn't so. Don't go, Joe. Don't go. Stay here.
And it's only for a couple of weeks.
Well, you're right. Say you're right.
All right.
Well, you're right every day. Promise you're right every day.